Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Into the Mist. This is episode 10.
Yes!
Oh.
Yeah, I know, a whole 10, right?
We did it.
Joel's hands apparently. Joel just has to be in the shop all the time.
Yeah, but Jay, you're always in the shot, okay?
Welcome everyone. I am Jason Azevedo, your host for this evening. We'll go through a couple quick announcements before we get started here as usual. Want to thank our main title sponsors, Dungeons & Dragons, for, of course, helping us to create this. Without them and their sponsorship, we wouldn't be able to do this. We thank them. We want to thank Beetle and Grimm for their incredible sponsorship, as usual. And all of them over there are continuing to send us things that we will be using throughout the campaign. And you will be seeing stuff from their legendary bundle, or legendary box, I should say, for Curse of Strahd. So you can check them out at beetleandgrims.com. For all their goodies. We want to thank Sirenscape, our other main title sponsor. If you go to sirenscape.com/RealmSmith and you put RealmSmith into the search bar, you will find all of the sound sets that we have created for Into the Mist that you can use at home. We are going to create more, I promise, and a lot of them feature sounds created by Brandon Perkins, our very own. So check them out. We want to thank Sirenscape for their sponsorship as usual. All of our product sponsors, we have WizKids for a lot of the minis at the table, Dwarven Forge for the terrain, Hero Forge for our player character minis, Mithril Armory for all the accessories. It's a little biased.
Yeah,
well.
The other guys don't.
And D&D Beyond.
Yay,
for
D&D
D&D
Beyond!
technology that we had. Oh man.
See, we're biased. I
I
got way more
cheered the whole
Yesterday,
time.
or throughout the weekend, was a D&D celebration, and we were honored to be a part of it. Yesterday, I DM'd a game with a bunch of awesome D&D folks, and we did the card-holded killer, the cold-hearted killer from Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden, which featured a lot of awesome people. You can check that out on VOD very soon on our channel. And we're going to be uploading it to our YouTube as soon as we get the high-res version of it, and you will be able to rewatch that. I think it might still be on Twitch on the D&D channel, but you'll be able to check that out soon. The Discord community has been incredible. For those of you that don't know, on our Discord, if you subscribe to our Twitch channel, that's twitch.tv/RealmSmith. It has to be on that channel. If you subscribe at Tier 1, Tier 2, or Tier 3, you get special perks where you can roleplay as Vistani in our Discord, and it's a really awesome interactive experience that affects our live stream, and our live stream affects that. Just last night, the camp that they're currently in, Camp Gakus, was attacked by some undead creatures and has been hit by a blizzard for reasons. And we are starting quests this coming week for our Discord. So we want to thank everyone for joining us on that platform.
Get in there.
If you want to get in there, there might be some spots left for quests. So if you want to be involved, our awesome Smith Guardians run quests from now until I think October 8th or so, a couple a week, which again affect our live stream on an ongoing basis and vice versa. Tonight we are going to show you the schedule for that stream. If we want to bring up that graphic, we'll talk through it really quick. Whoa. This is the assault on Gakus.
Wow!
That is the mountain in Barovia that the Vistani are going to be climbing and completing quests in order to finish a overarching narrative. Julian and Scuba are going to be DMing most of the sessions, and I am stepping in on Quest 9 to personally DM the Tier 3s through their finale quest. That is something you haven't heard yet, which is super exciting. And so if you are playing, that's awesome. It is pretty much full, but there may still be some spots. So don't hesitate to subscribe, because we will add more slots if we need to, if we have a bunch of new subscribers at Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3.
Are they on Discord, these things?
These are all beyond Discord. We are recording most of them, and then in place of our Monday, October 12th stream, which is Canadian Thanksgiving, I'll be running this one shot, which we'll record, and we'll see if we'll potentially put it up later, depending on how it goes. So
Can we watch these? Can we watch those?
you can on Zoom. Sure, you can jump in, but not the public can't watch them because they're private sessions. But yeah, you can.
Private sessions.
And then if you want to bring up the Camp Gakus map, This is currently what Camp Gakus looks like. It has been hit by a blizzard, and they have built a palisade. So in our Discord community, our community can spend bits by cheering in Twitch to buy things to upgrade their camp. And currently, they bought that palisade with 100,000 bits.
That's amazing.
And they've and last night it got attacked, and part of it got destroyed. And I think they've since fixed it. But super fun. We're having a blast, and every tent on there represents a person in our Discord.
I will say the training grounds looks like a giant crater in the ground. So I'm not.
Trampoline.
Oh, it's a trampoline. I was like, oh man, someone attacked something, and now they're dead.
They really
Everyone
need to
died.
train.
You need spotters.
Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. Dude, that looks amazing. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, the rest of
We'll
the
just
camp
continue
is
on with their session. Giant crater in the
And then
ground.
Joel
A
died.
thank to our Smith Guardians, as usual. They, as myself, Julian, and Josh, as kind of the plot team, put all this craziness together, and then our Smith Guardians are our people who kind of oversee it and run with it, and we thank them so much for their continued work and support. Extra Life is our chosen charity for this session or season. I don't know if we have that working. I heard rumors of it not, so it's not. But we are raising money, and every time we hit a certain goal, which you will see on our Extra Life page, which is below, there's a widget, you'll see that the next goal, I think, is +2 arrows, and they're not far from it. So for some reason, we can't get the bar working today, but that's okay. It's for the kids. Make sure that you donate so that we get some more items to these guys, because they have a lot, and we've almost hit $5,000 raised within the Extra Life for Into the Mist, which is pretty freaking amazing.
Yeah, pretty cool.
We have merch. You can check it out below. Again, there's a widget. We have sweatshirts from both seasons and phone cases and all kinds of really awesome stuff, so you can check that out. That's another way that you can help to help us do what we do and support the stream. Tomorrow night, behind the screen, is our kind of spoilerific show where we hold a Q&A session for our community. Man, if you guys only saw what happens at the rest of the table while I'm doing these announcements, how difficult it is to focus. Oh dear. Anyways, but yeah, behind the screen is run by myself, and then on Thursday I'm going to get this through really quickly. And then Players Table on Thursday with Joel Auge. They're not switching cameras. They were told not to. Joel's pretending like he...
Hi, guys.
But Joel will host that show, and he will sing another song at the end of the session, because he's promised to do that for the rest of forever. Yeah. And it was great. It was very, very touching last session. It was wonderful. And then, of course, on Sunday night, we'll probably have Nolzers. And we'll be painting another miniature. It's been on and off. I apologize for that. There's a lot of things that I've kind of gotten on and in the way, but it is all good. I think that is all the announcements. And there was something else I wanted to announce tonight, but I didn't talk to Joel about it. So
okay.
I don't think we can. I'll talk to you about it in the break. And
All
see if we
right.
can announce it. There may be a big announcement coming in the break.
Oh.
Can we announce that?
You can, yeah. Do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. We're thinking, and we're planning to potentially hold a RealmCon a year from October. So there is discussions right now of us holding basically a convention for our community where those that can and are able to, hopefully when the world kind of goes somewhat back to normal, to have all of our community join us in Toronto, Canada for an in-person RealmSmith convention. It would fall next October sometime. We haven't picked any dates or venues or anything like that, but just start to consider what that might mean in a year's time. Basically what that would mean, that would fall into season 4 of Into the Mist, and we would basically play the quests that you guys are playing virtually right now in person to affect that, and then we'd play the finale live at RealmCon.
So cool.
So that is what we're working on. If you guys like that idea, please post in the Discord and in the chat. Let us know if you'd be interested in coming, if that was a thing, because we are starting the ball moving on that, and it's something that we're super excited about. So that is a big announcement. It's a huge announcement, and we're going to start working towards making that happen.
RealmCon.
RealmCon. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's amazing.
How you doing, guys?
Good.
Good.
Well,
Good.
yeah.
How are
Wow.
you? Well,
I mean, We're still alive.
We're still.
Well, just time. You mean like as people or as like characters? Both.
Today, both, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can call him A. We can call him B.
All right. Are you guys ready to venture into the mist?
Let's do it, Jason Azevedo.
All right. Last session was a bit of a different kind of scenario, a bit of a different session. You guys traveled to Vistani camps 2 sessions ago, and you decided to get some things crafted, which took some time. So last session, while Muskoka and Sterling were meeting with Vistani to actually get their items crafted, Dmitri and Falpher actually went off on their own little quest. They went looking potentially for this Mad Mage, the Mad Mage of Baratok, who was last seen in Camp Bosha. You went to Camp Bosha, the camp was empty. It had appeared that it had been attacked.
It wasn't totally empty.
No, because to your chagrin, you were met by numerous zombies and an undead Tyrannosaurus that spewed zombies at you. You almost...
Regurgitated zombies.
Yes,
so to
regurgitated,
speak.
yeah. We almost lost Dmitri.
We did almost lose Dmitri.
It was very, very close.
Yeah, in a fight that will happen
yeah.
though, like if I have to, I'm the
Sure.
one who generally,
Sure, exactly.
survives better.
Because you hide. You hide a lot.
Yeah, I survive. That's what survival is. Go ahead.
And through all of that, you learned that obviously Bosha is no longer there, and you've heard now over the next little while, you guys return from Bosha. You kind of discuss things at Madame Eva's, and then you find out that all of the Vistani camps have now been left. They've been vacated because they were all at the same time attacked by undead from across Barovia. You're not totally sure why. You imagine that it's tied to what happened with Irina and just the scorn of Strahd falling upon those that aren't beholden to him. After that, you did find out that the Vistani had created a camp at the foot of Mount Gakus. That is the mountain to the southwest of Barovia. And it kind of borders the mist, so half of the mountain is kind of within the mist of Barovia, and the other half you don't know where that is, but it's past kind of the deadly mist of Barovia. You return, you find out that you guys, specifically Muskoka and Sterling, have had things, or started to have things crafted. You went to go get fitted, so by the time you guys got back to join, Muskoka and Falpher were back as well, and you guys have kind of, Muskoka and Sterling are kind of back as well. You all kind of head to Gakus, and then it has taken 10 days to craft some of the items that you were getting. If you guys want to share what you asked the Vistani to craft, each person, and then we can go from there and discuss what you guys kind of did within that 10 days.
I'll go first because I don't have 15 things.
Yeah.
I basically got some silvered teeth caps made for my chewy teeth.
Yeah.
And they were adhered onto my teeth.
Yeah.
Good for biting.
Yes, you did.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
And that's
Sterling?
short and sweet.
Yeah. So now your bites can be silvered.
Yep.
Yeah.
Silver bites.
You can start biting werewolves.
Silver bites. Soon he'll be biting undead things.
And werewolves. You can be biting some werewolves. All right. I was really going to say hello and everything, but it was cool. They had the silvered claws ready, basically like Wolverine claws that can pop out, and they can also fire blades from them as well, which is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're silvered. One is badger, the other is bear.
Ooh, badger and bear.
Badger and bear. Yeah. So yeah, and since they fire out blades, I guess they're BB guns. No. Yeah, I did a thing. So, but also.
No, you didn't. Okay, you did, but you shouldn't
something. have. I picked up your teeth caps for you.
Yeah.
We, after 10 days.
So you guys got fitted for those. We'll get to kind of when the completion of that is.
Okay.
Sorry.
And then the other thing that you were getting crafted was?
The harness.
Yes.
Yes. So the harness that I would be able to wear and flip from my front to my back and vice versa, and it would hold Falpher so that we could essentially be a walking turret.
The Furling Bjorn.
The Furling Bjorn.
Yeah.
and my favorite thing I was not expecting, I was given a mustache. So now Sterling has a mustache, which sometimes will be waxed into a curl, and other times will be allowed to be full and bushy, such as Falpher's own mustache.
It's magnetic? Is that what it is? You just got
I don't know if it's magnetic, but I'm assuming it is. I'm just
you can
pretending
wear it
like just boop.
Yeah, you could wear it as
I could wear it as
As a
eyebrows.
disguise.
Yeah.
Is it like made from an actual person's facial hair?
Probably deeper
I
hair.
don't know, but I'm sure that Nico has the ansers. It seems like real hair, human or animal, not sure. May not even be humanoid, I suppose. There's many different races of being here in Barovia.
When you set off to go do these things, to get your items crafted, and for you folks to go see Bosha, Ezmerelda also left you guys. Said she had to take care of some things. Was a little bit kind of not necessarily forthcoming about what she was doing, but she had to go off and attend to some matters. It took you about a day to be able to start the crafting process and do what you guys did, rest up a little bit. So you have 9 days of downtime that you can spend doing whatever you need to do until that Bjorn is done. You have visited Gakus, and you've kind of spent some time there. During that time, it has been hit and pummeled by blizzards that seemingly come off the mountain. And it has buried it in like 6 feet of snow. And so during that time, you've also helped them to kind of dig passages to the different camps and that sort of thing. You also helped the Vistani
to move some
logs and do some kind of general labor. What else do you guys want to do with the last 8 days?
Yeah, I think we've had a discussion about this, right?
Yep.
We would like to have, the windmill?
Yeah.
We'd like to restore it somewhat to a usable state.
Okay. What process are you? So right now, for those of you that have just joining us and don't know the history of it, it was the Hag's Windmill that you guys burnt, set ablaze. The stone edifice still exists. The shell of it. Anything that was wooden is charred and burnt. Not completely gone, but there's like remnants of the veins and remnants of the shaft that actually causes the grindstone to turn. The door is gone. The counter that was in the front is just a burnt husk. So it's probably going to need some cleaning first, and that'll take some time. So what specifically do you guys want to be able to get to? And we can kind of judge by rolls how much progress you make in that, and then go from there.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we wanted to tidy it up, reinforce stuff that was falling down.
Yeah.
But
using
for
mine.
time, we were saying prestidigitation for cleaning?
Yeah, prestidigitate, all that dirt.
How long? What's prestidigitation? I think it's a foot square.
Yeah, square foot at a time. And I don't actually know which one of us has that.
Not me.
And
It's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip, so
We
you
might
can
have
do
just
it
used brooms.
continually.
We might just use brooms.
Would we need to be able to cast the cantrip to be able to use it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't prestidigitate because none of us can do
we
it.
just gotta like mop and.
Can anybody
bucket.
prestidigitate?
No.
No.
We all just thought we were just throwing the word around like we know what it is.
I thought it was mentioned because somebody could do it.
No,
No, that's
no.
a different
Nope.
season.
Nope.
So we'll just.
No, that would
sweep it
be
up.
easy. That would be.
That's a
But
different
That makes sense.
we want
Yeah.
to basically clean it up and fix it up to the point where somebody could use it.
Is everyone joining in the cleaning process?
It's
Yes.
Okay.
No. Well,
You guys
how
were
long did it take us to
talking
get
about-
back?
No. So we have 8 days
Yes,
of
okay.
restoration for
Okay,
the
we're
windmill.
all
So
working.
we'll
at it.
join in.
Okay,
Yes.
so I'd like all of you to make dexterity checks, please,
Okay.
to see how long it would take you.
Touch the check. Oh,
Okay.
4.
9.
9.
Oh.
Oh, not so good.
19.
Okay, so the
All
19 is
right.
decent. But the majority, not so good. I'm going to say it takes 2 days.
Okay.
2 days of
clean.
working at it, to clean it, to gut it, to basically get it to a point where it's ready to be worked on. Okay, you have 6 days left.
That's what I would expect a real reno to take on teardown, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 days.
Yeah,
Okay.
You've seen a lot of hard work done.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of what's the first thing that you would like to do within the? What's your first? And you can split your.
This is cool. I like this.
Yeah, okay.
I would spend a lot of time chopping wood. It's kind of my thing.
It's kind of your thing.
But I think we need to take care of doors and windows and security of the premises.
Okay.
A bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
agreed.
Do any of you have woodworking tools?
I got 2 axes.
He does.
That's not tools.
Those
Those are tools.
Those aren't for carpentry, like hammers, nails,
Oh,
all of that kind
well.
of stuff. You guys don't have any of that? Okay, so either you need to procure those, to buy them,
Yeah.
or to somehow come along the tools that you'll need to do this.
That would have been a good thing to talk to the Vistani about.
Okay, so you want to talk to the Vistani about that and gather some?
If,
How,
yeah,
how would you like to procure those from the Vistani?
Convincing them to do so?
we've been
We can
cutting.
buy them, can we?
Yeah, we
We
should.
could all
I suppose
throw
we
in,
could.
invest in this property a little bit.
Yeah.
But I could chop down trees at least. I could chop them down. I just couldn't.
Gathering
clean
wood
them.
isn't an issue. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so you're gathering wood. Can I
Yep.
get a strength check from you, please?
Yeah.
While he's gathering wood, he's starting to gather all the materials. You're going to try and persuade the Vistani to let you borrow them, or are you going to purchase them?
Well, I'm thinking that maybe somebody else should be the one to talk to the Vistani because as a Warforged, I can work tirelessly 24 hours a day, right? So without getting exhausted.
Right.
So really
I
2
can
days work in
move
a single
wood, I can hammer
no.
things
Yeah.
and hold stuff.
But you need
I
to
can-
rest still, though. Okay, don't you?
No, I can work days on end. Warforged are able to.
So basically 3 man-hour work days in a single day because 8-hour shifts would be 24 hours.
Okay. All right. Then, okay, so you're going to... Okay, so
Yes.
you're gathering wood. So who's going to talk to the Vistani?
I'll talk to the Vistani and convince
Okay, give me a
them
persuasion check.
to... Okay. Good idea.
What will you be doing then? Are you going to help him with gathering wood then?
Yeah, I'll be helping because he knows more about
Okay,
construction
strength
than
check.
I do.
What was your
so.
strength check?
Well, I know
Dave?
about chopping wood. 5?
Okay, not so good.
All right. Spinning, 15.
15, okay. Between the two of you, you take about a day to gather all of the wood that needs to be gathered, okay?
So you sure you want me to do what was
Persuasion.
it? A persuasion check. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got a 3 on that.
Okay,
Working.
so they say that they can sell you some. They need them,
Okay.
but in order to, because they're doing a lot of building, they have a new camp, so you're gonna have to buy them from them.
Okay.
They will sell them to you though at a decent price, which is 9 gold.
9 gold for all of
The
the...
woodworking tools that you would need to complete the work that you need to.
Okay, so I'll go back to the team. I'll say, hey, my friends, we need some tools. Can we get some for $9 from 9 gold pieces from our friends the Vistanis?
What happened? You were supposed to try to attack them?
I kind of did. That did not work, and now we have to buy them. They need them in this world.
It's a little steep, isn't
Yeah,
it?
like we were working hard cutting all the wood and dragging it around and stuff. You had one job.
Listen, I do not. They don't know me, and I don't know them. We have to work together on this. Together,
No.
everyone, pony up some dough here.
It's fine, it's fine. Let's just go back, and maybe I can persuade them to.
Fine, you do it.
Here, I have this ivory hairbrush that we forgot to sell.
Oh, thank you, my friend. I'll pass it over to
What's it worth?
Dmitri.
It is worth 25 gold pieces. Is what I have written here.
Okay, so that's not an even trade. Obviously, it's only 9.
Yeah.
So you would have the remainder of that, 16, I guess, is the remainder, to
Well, they may have other things of value.
Sure,
Would
sure.
we
So
maybe
they'll take it on credit. They take
Okay.
the mirror, they give you the tools, and then
Okay.
they'll give you credit for another 16 gold worth of
Great.
something that you want.
Alright.
Okay?
Cool.
That takes another day. So between the gathering of all the wood that you need and the talking to the Vistani and traveling back and forth, that's taken another day. So you have 5 days left.
Cool.
What do you guys want to start building? Now, none of you are proficient with woodworking tools, I'm assuming.
No.
You don't have that skill, so you can't use a proficiency modifier. It's just going to be straight
rolls?
straight intelligence checks for people who are trying to design it. So the idea is that if you're designing a door to try and figure out how it works and all that kind of stuff, that's going to be an intelligence check. So you have to decide who's going to do those, and then who's going to actually be building stuff.
Do we? Do we use our modifiers? It's just straight rolls.
It would be straight rolls for
rolls.
strength for
Right.
building
He's got the best die.
and intelligence. would be
So,
straight rolls.
I believe for design purposes, my friends, I should probably be in charge of those kinds of things.
But you can't see the height of the counters that we need.
I do not need to see them to be able to determine what we need as a team.
He's gonna make him too short.
I promise you, they will be your height. I'm used to dealing with your world. Everything here is your height.
Okay.
Here, why don't I help us? We can help design
Sure.
together.
Once I fail at something, you can try to fix it.
Yes, it's
Sure.
been our way so far, isn't it?
I don't know. It's never happened that way, but perhaps yes. Let's do that. Okay.
A lot of teamwork happening.
Yeah.
Desperation.
All right. So go ahead.
What purpose are we going to use this building for?
Oh yeah. So I thought like we could just make some sort of shop with like a counter, and then they could use the stove for like, you know, cooking or baking or
Should we?
forging or you know.
It wasn't a very good bakery before. Would it be in bad taste to make it a bakery again?
It was actually quite good. Never mind.
I agree.
What are they gonna make this? What are they gonna use the stove for?
Why don't
could we repurpose it into a forge?
listen? Perhaps yes, we could
That's a
repurpose.
good
But
idea.
how about this, my friends? What if we simply made the rooms clean, offered them up for people to use, and we made it a rental property?
Like an inn?
Yeah, like the Windmill Inn, the Windmill Inn.
Well, I had another idea. What if we made it like a guard tower, a watchtower, and rent it out to the Valaki?
Oh, yes, we know them already.
Tower. That's a good
It
idea.
would help take out anything on the road before it gets to the walls, or well, to the.
That's a good idea.
If do you think that they would pay for that purpose?
Who would pay for it? Who's gonna pay for the?
Just to pay to be able to use it for their guards to sleep in. And,
Of course, they would stay there.
and use it as a watchtower and
It's a strategic point of defense.
shoot undead things.
Okay. Do we talk to like the Burgermeister or like who pays for the people to be there?
I guess that.
Will we be renting it to the...
Just so you know though that the bone grinder used to be called bone grinder.
Oh, well, it's not.
Windmill is about half a mile from the road.
So it's not really on the way.
It's not really on the way, and it's quite a ways from Valaki.
So it's not a great defensive position then.
Like
Maybe
a
that's
getaway.
not a good idea then.
So then perhaps we simply make it nice. We stay there when we need to in the lower floors, but the other floors we put rooms in.
So are there other floors where this floor is made out of wood or?
All the floors are made out of wood. So
they
a lot
have
of them-
more floors.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so can we do that, Jay? Make wooden floors?
Yeah. So you guys want to start building some floors?
So
What's
that
first? Tell me your first thing you want to do.
I think we should just worry about the ground floor. Sorry. I'm
Okay.
speaking a little out of character. I think we should just build the ground floor into a nice little Airbnb thing, and then once we've made some money, build the second floor.
Okay, but how long? We don't know how long this will take.
No. I mean, you have an idea potentially.
We gotta put some days into marketing. Right? You can't just like throw it up and like.
You
hey,
said
we
you
gotta-
wanted to start with doors and windows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
You
did
wanted
that.
to work on securing it.
Yeah.
Okay. You have the supplies that you need.
Yeah.
So let's say you start on doors and windows.
Yeah.
Okay, start with doors. That's the ground floor. Ground floor doesn't have any windows on it, and then you go up and you'll be repairing and adding windows. Windows have glass. That's part of the problem.
Wood
That's a
shutters,
whole other
Shutters.
thing.
Wood
so just
shutters,
wood
yeah.
shutters.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So who's kind of designing it and trying to figure out
Definitely.
how
the-
it'll be made?
Well, what is your current intelligence level?
If I were to put a number to it, I'd say I'm all the way at an 11.
Oh, well, I mean,
Out
not
of
to
10?
toot my own horn or anything, but for me, quick 17 is all I have.
Wow, you
Okay.
didn't really know.
Okay, so Dmitri, can I get an intelligence check from you? Dmitri Falpher, can I get an
scale on
intelligence
this?
check from you, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Surprises
Okay,
every
so
day.
that is a +3, so that's an what is that, a 16?
What are you
So
adding to plus 3? Just
well,
your
just my intelligence modifier.
Okay. So that's a what?
19.
19. Okay. So you used to build things with your father and with your family, especially living in the wilderness and so on. You guys learned how to kind of live off the land. So you know how to build a door, fair enough, and you know how to build some shutters, even though you never did it professionally, you did it for your family.
Right.
So that's good. You guys have an idea. He kind of explains how a door works and all this kind of stuff. I'm assuming the rest of you are going to, all of you are going to build it together. I'd like everyone to make strength checks, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's an 18 for me.
Okay.
Oh, 18!
17.
Okay.
9.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it takes 2 days to build. I'm gonna say it takes about 2 days to build the door. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Door?
Yeah, well, it's a strong enough door. It's going to be a door that's secured and all that kind of stuff, I would say. And then dexterity checks as well, please, for everybody.
Oh.
Hey Joel, what does that mean?
That's a 7. Oh, that probably means...
Just pop it in wherever you want it
That's
to go.
a 20
right?
there, my friend.
All right, excellent.
Actually, it's
That's not bad. So that is a dirty 20.
Okay.
Yes.
What?
That was a 5.
Dirty 0.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
And was it strength? Yeah.
Dexterity.
Dexterity?
Yeah.
Plus 3, so that's a 15.
Dimitri.
Okay. So I'm going to say for the remainder of the 5 days that you were able to at least shutter the windows and at least create the door. Yeah. It's difficult because it's kind of precarious as you have to kind of like climb without necessarily any floors. Floors are going to take much longer, but for now at least you've been able to create something that you can kind of climb. You have kind of a rope system where you can kind of hoist each other up the wall to create the shutters, but now it's at least a somewhat secure tower.
Cool.
There's no lock on the door. That would be another cost right now, but at least you have a door. If you want to buy a lock, you're gonna have to go find a lock.
Could we make a lock system?
2 days to make a door that doesn't lock.
Yeah, seems like
I mean, you have to find a blacksmith if you were going to create actually get like a handle and a door and things. You can create a wooden handle. You can create something that locks a beam in the front and behind.
Yeah.
But from the front side, it would be difficult. So you'd have to buy a lock. Like even a padlock. You can even get like a padlock or something like that would be fine, but you don't have the ability to do that unless you want to buy it.
Can we
Talk to the Vistani.
Like we're adventurers. Like I don't know. Like I feel like a wooden latchy locky with a wooden handle is probably enough for now.
Yeah, except the problem is that no, you're right. Like a latch and a
From
handle.
the inside, yeah.
That's fine. But how do we keep people out when we're not here? Because we are adventurers.
Well, hopefully we've rented it to a guy who's like letting people in when they should come in.
So it can never be empty.
What hotel do you go to and like nobody's there? It's like, well, I
Are we
guess
hiring
You can
someone
buy a lock for 10 gold, and that's like a padlock, like a big
gold in
a big-
Barovia.
from the Vistani. Now, if you're going to buy it from a merchant in Barovia, it's going to be like 4 or 5 times the price. It's going to be like 50 gold.
Okay.
Well, what we should do is just buy the locks and then sell them to the merchants because they're paying a lot more for locks.
Okay. There is that. So can I go back to the Vistani and try to convince them to give us a better deal on
Maybe we should make it like a grocery list so
on
you
that
don't
lock?
Give me
walk
a
back
persuasion
and
check.
forth all the time.
Okay.
Is there a roof?
Yeah, there's
Yeah, so that persuasion check, just so you know, was 16.
Okay. They say that is the best price they can do. That's basically like cost plus a little bit of labor. There's not much better they can do than that.
10 gold pieces. Okay. Who is holding our coffers? Who has an understanding of how much money do we have? How much money do we have?
What do you mean we? I got some money, but like
I have a little bit.
Are we not
Yeah,
working
I
together?
have some
it's
money.
all of our.
Okay, then how about this?
Well,
Let's
you
us
do have
work
another
together.
16 gold credit with the Vistani.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can eat into that for the lock if you want. You'll have 6 gold left.
Yeah,
Are you boys okay with that?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would get a padlock with 2 keys,
Oh yeah.
and then the typical kind of skeleton key, the regular kind of key, and you can place it on a latch that you've created, that you've also created, okay?
Yes.
So you have a locked door, you have shutters,
Yeah.
you're good to go, all right?
Okay.
Okay. That is what you're able to accomplish within the last 5 days, and you are now ready to move on.
Proprietors of our own place.
We have a few days left, or
No,
we're
that's
used
it.
all the
No,
days.
that's it. You've
So
used
no
all the days.
beds. So we made a hotel with no beds. Wait,
People sleep on the
the
floor.
bed roll in,
Standing room only.
standing room.
Well, you don't even have
That's what we call it, the standing room in.
you don't even have full floors yet. Right?
No,
there
just the
are
main
there are
floor.
wooden stone stairs that go around, but the floors are all kind of like still. But there is a spiral staircase of stairs that goes up.
Right.
The outside of it, the inside of it. Sorry.
So it's not really usable yet?
Do we
We're
have
not
the
fully.
option of like hiring somebody or spending a couple days to put a floor in a couple?
Hey everyone!
Back in
Sorry
action.
about that. It dropped, and it hasn't done that in a while. We had a system crash, so well, what are you gonna do? All right. Well, thank you again for joining us, and let us continue. So you guys have you have the windmill kind of secured, at least. Hopefully, that keeps anybody out from taking up residence in it while you are doing what you're doing. The bit of information that we talked about you following up on is the tower in Lake Baratok, which Stanimir told you about from Madame Eva. That is the only other lead that you have for the Mad Mage currently. My assumption is that you guys are going to head there. Basically,
I don't think. But
Maybe next week.
I don't know, Jay. I just feel like we haven't talked to Madame Eva yet.
Are we sure he's there?
Yes. Baratok
Do you want
Tower
a TPK?
in
Because
Lake.
this is how you get a TPK.
This is how you get a TPK. Yeah, exactly. Just don't do what the DM has told you. Okay, Baratok. Like
Yeah,
Baratok.
we'd like to go there.
Yes.
Yes.
We'd like to go there.
From what we know about Lake Baratok in this tower, or what we can glean from that or find out from Vistani from the many times we visited, what sort of preparations would we know to make before making this trip?
Yeah, good call.
nothing really. They just know that there is an old wizard's tower,
Right.
that was built an age ago, that exists basically on an island in the middle of the lake, with a man-made kind of lane, promontory sort of that
So they
leads to it.
They really don't know anything about
They
it.
really don't know much about it.
Well, if I may make
It's overgrown and dilapidated, and
Oh, okay.
If I may make just a suggestion, on your last journey, or perhaps one of the other ones to meet the Vistani, maybe they could make some arrows or crossbow bolts for us.
Good idea.
So that we don't have to use up the vampire's leg.
Yes, good idea. Okay, so can I do that, Jay?
sorry, what? Do what were you
Ask,
gonna say?
ask the Vistani to.
We got
to
6
arm
gold
me
of credit with them.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have it in their stores. We'd have to kind of figure that out from them.
Okay.
So as of right now, no, because you'd have to travel all the way back to Gakus, and that'll take another day
Right.
of travel and delay further. What we can do though is we can say that within that 5 days you found the time to talk to them
Yep.
about doing other things that you want during that time
Okay.
before you kind of take off this way. Okay, so maybe you've asked them to build some bolts.
Yep.
Let's just say that you've put the request in, you don't have them yet.
Fair enough.
Okay,
Use my
and you guys can
shit
jump
for
on the
now.
Discord and you can role play
Sounds good.
that. And if you want to ask them to do some work on the tower,
Yeah.
you can even leave them a key if they agree.
Let's remind ourselves that.
Actually,
Okay.
I do have
So you guys
a
can
bunch
jump
of
on the
crossbow
Discord and
bolts
do
that
that.
I can
Okay.
give you.
Nice.
So I'll
Okay.
give you 25.
Yay.
Okay.
He's giving me 25 crossbow bolts, just so you know.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you guys are heading out. Is this the plan?
Yeah.
What time of day would you like to do that? Basically, it's the day after you've kind of finished the work that you wanted to do on the windmill.
Yeah.
First thing.
Yeah. Nice breakfast in the child oven, and then let's go.
I would also take off rations for the days that you guys were in there.
Okay.
The Vistani would have fed you the time that you were there, so I'd say at least 5 days of rations. You guys need to remove from your.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do some math here.
Math.
Cool. Eesh. Running low, actually.
So am I.
So we're gonna have to figure that out.
As a feature, my wanderer feature, I can find food and fresh water for myself and up to 5 people each day, provided that the land offers berries, small game, water, and so forth.
Okay.
Okay.
I will feed my people.
Every single day?
Where's Ezmerelda?
Yeah, every
How
day.
much time does that take? She's not here yet.
In a moment. I'll just do it.
He does it, and it's
So I
done.
have
That
an
would take
excellent
time
memory
to
for
hunt.
maps and geography, and I can
Sure.
always recall the general layout of terrain settlements
Sure.
and other features around
Sure.
me.
But that would take time to hunt throughout the day. So that would have taken away from some of the progress that you made.
Could
I
set
would
my
say
traps?
let's do it half. I would say let's do half rations then. Let's say you did 2 days of rations,
Okay,
and
fair
then he
enough.
was able to
That will, yes,
Okay.
supplant the rations somewhat.
to retcon all of the building now would
Yep,
be a
cool.
lot. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you for getting me these berries.
Scrumptious.
Oh, anytime.
What kind of meat is this?
It's just game from around here. What kind of game would be here? Just kind of like a rabbit.
Rabbits, foxes,
Oh, it's like a rabbit.
Ravens.
that kind of stuff.
Very tender.
Okay. All right. So you guys head out in the morning. You've had kind of a breakfast, and you start off towards the tower. The tower isn't far. It's on Lake Baratok, which would be 2.5 miles north on the Svolok Road. Although there is a trail that kind of leads off towards it that you kind of meander and lead. You guys are bringing all of your things with you, I assume, at this point?
Well, yeah.
And we're wearing all our
You
armor.
bring everything.
And you're
Yeah.
wearing all
Yeah,
your
where
armor.
we put our armor on.
I get it. I get it. Oh, sorry, that I lied. That is not. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 miles, which would be like an hour and a half
Okay.
trek. Okay.
I don't want to bring everything. We got a house now.
Yeah, but
Can I leave my bedroll here?
Sure.
My
You can leave your pack if you want. Just
my-
bring your weapons, whatever you want.
I would leave like the hunting trap that I've been hauling around,
Sure.
like the bedroll. I'll leave it set up, and
Okay. So just decide what it is that you've left, and then we'll take it on.
yeah.
Okay. All right. As you make your way through the Svolok Woods in this kind of smaller offshoot trail that you were told led to this tower, you come to a cold mountain lake enclosed by misty woods and rocky bluffs. Thick fog creeps across the dark, still waters. The trail ends at a grass-covered causeway that stretches 100 yards across the lake to a flat, marshy island with a stone tower on top of it. The tower is old and decrepit, the collapsing scaffolds clinging to one side where a large gash has split the wall. If we can get the full screen shot of that, that'd be awesome. Time-worn griffin statues, their wings and flanks covered with moss, perch atop buttresses that support the walls. Parked near the base of the tower, within sight of the entrance, is a barrel-topped wagon spattered with mud.
Look at that.
And that is what
That looks like what
see.
you built.
And that is actually art from James RPG Art on Patreon.
So cool.
Who we've
Awesome.
gotten.
So that those
Information.
lights at the top, they're lit.
Right now it's not. That's just here. Right now there's no sign of life.
Okay.
What do
No
you do?
torches. Just a wagon.
This must be the place.
We must be careful walking over the causeway.
I want to check for when this wagon last moved. Like, is it sinking into
Yeah,
the
so
dirt? or
you're
is
still
it-
across the
still-
100-yard causeway, so you still have to cross the causeway to get close enough. You see a wagon in the
Okay.
distance, and it's just a barrel-topped Varda wagon like the other Vistani wagons that you've seen.
would cautiously approach causeway.
Should I throw launch a warning arrow across the causeway?
No,
No?
I don't
I-
think so.
Don't really detect any signs of movement.
I'm just okay. Fair enough. Just
You want to just try to shoot the building?
can we?
Should we
That-
listen close?
Yeah. Is there any sign that there's been activity in this place
Perception
recently?
check. Are you looking for movement, like movement of people coming and going, or are you perceiving if there's anybody here in the
Yeah,
environment
I want to
around
know if there's anyone here
you? Yeah,
in the tower and
Yeah.
in the environment around me.
perception check.
Oh my. 17, so 19.
Okay. You all kind of
18.
quiet as you kind of crest the woods as they kind of open up into the causeway, and you don't hear any sort of movement. You hear the trickle of the lake every once in a while. You hear fish kind of jump up and out of the lake. But other than that, you don't hear any sort of action or
Any
movement.
tracks?
Distant
across the
howls and
causeway?
hoots, but that's it.
So any tracks
Survival
across?
check.
Well, listen, flying undead sharks don't leave
I have
tracks.
a +7, which leaves a natural 1.
Natural one?
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point,
This is my best skill, +7.
yeah.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah, natural.
It's fine. I didn't want
It's
to.
quite muddy. on the causeway.
Is this the same lake those zombies came out of for the attack against?
No, that was Lake Zarovich,
Zarovich, okay.
which is east of here.
Just making
on,
sure.
This is
Not
a,
a silly
this is
question.
actually quite a
Land the
small.
land,
This is actually quite a
land the
small
land.
lake.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
That was
Don't want
Zarovich.
zombies coming out of there.
Like
That's
you
zombie
can
bitch.
very easily see the other side of the lake, just like
Okay.
in that shot,
So,
and the basically the
can I suggest we
edge of the mountain.
approach carefully? Me at the back.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, I'll take the front.
I'll be right next to you.
I'll be right next to you.
I'm really
No, I'll
nervous.
be right behind you then.
I'll
Okay,
be
isn't that
behind
wide
all
enough?
three of you then.
Okay, so
Let's
you
go.
start your approach. Give me a marching order, please.
Back, I'm behind.
You're in the back over there.
Way over there.
I'm very nervous about all this water.
Oh yeah, does that just really mix with you? Well,
I'm not comfortable with it all. There's so much of it.
can you just sink?
Well, I don't know. I haven't really tried to swim.
But you're not worried about like just getting wet, right? Because I imagine Warforged in the rain would be okay.
No, I'm fine in the rain. I haven't shown any sign of rust or anything. I just don't know about all this water that we're surrounded in this horrible place.
Okay, so
Well-
let's stay out of the water.
Yes, let's stick to the middle then. Don't go close to the sides.
No swimming.
Okay, so you guys head across the causeway. It's about 100 yards. It takes you a little bit of time to get there until you're basically at the end of the causeway as it opens up under this promontory, which you can tell again that the causeway was added after the fact. It's not a natural feature.
Okay.
It was added much later.
Is this land that this tower is on added after the fact?
No, this was an actual naturally formed island that you can tell,
Okay.
and this promontory was built by whoever built the tower, you imagine.
Okay.
So it seems as old.
So the water must not be very deep if this seems pretty man-made. This pathway.
You don't know, but maybe.
Is it water? It's just plain water.
It's just
a
a
normal lake.
Yeah,
Right.
You can tell. I'll give me a nature check.
You can't see the
You're good at
bottom of
nature.
it though, right?
Okay, yeah, I am. Ooh, nat 20.
Yeah.
Hey,
So it looks like
Water.
a natural kind of nature-made lake that existed along with the island. The only thing that's been built is this tower and the promontory.
Deep,
use of that
shallow.
Oh, sorry, in the causeway.
Nat 20.
Very
the
good
water
use
is
of a
water.
nat 20. Water. Yeah.
It's deep enough you can't see the bottom of it.
Okay.
But there's not a lot of sun, so you
Right.
don't know necessarily how deep it is.
Okay.
Okay. You get to the edge of the tower. Again, you see the Vardo onto the right. You see that there's scaffolding, kind of rickety scaffolding along the left as you get close. And you can definitely tell that this tower has been here quite a long time. And it is falling apart. And you're quite surprised that it hasn't actually fallen over at this point.
I'd like
The wear of the stonework looks like it probably shouldn't have lasted as long as.
Oh, gosh. I'd like to approach the Vardo and
Okay.
see when it was last moved, if it's sunken into the mud,
Okay.
if there's tracks.
Give me an investigation check. Under layers of mud, this wagon sports a fresh coat of purple paint, and its wheels have fancy gold trim. A brass lantern hangs from each corner, and red drapes cover a tombstone-shaped window on each side. A steel padlock secures the back door, hanging from which is a cheap wooden sign that reads "Keep Out."
It's a hearse.
Can you? What's your investigation check? 15. With a 15, you see that there are tracks that go from the wagon to the tower and back. They're kind of old, so not in the last day. Probably a bit older than that.
Okay.
And you do see that the tracks don't seem to lead to the back door. They just seem to lead to the wagon in general, And they kind of
just in,
disappear.
like the side or the front? Like he pulling it himself?
To the front here.
Are there any, so there's no wheel marks, it's just footpath.
Yeah, it's been here a while. The marks of the wheels have since kind of filled in, so it's been here some time and grown over again.
Are the footprints kind of clear for everybody? Or do I,
Well, as soon as you point them out, people can see
okay.
them.
Oh, yeah, there's some bath marks there, some footprints. Going back and forth.
Clearly, there's someone who is in the tower
Hello?
or in the Vardo.
I said to say hello.
No answer.
Can I?
Should we?
What?
Be careful.
Yeah, I was just gonna go knock on the window and see if they were.
I think it couldn't hurt to knock on the door as long as everybody's ready.
Right, let's.
Well, there's probably
Ready.
nobody inside because it's locked on the outside. I hope nobody's on the inside, but I guess there could be somebody on the inside. Can I see through the windows at all? Can I like climb up on
In the
wheel
Vardo?
and
Yeah.
look through
They're
the-
all so you start to you climb up on it. You kind of look through the windows. They're all kind of draped.
Okay.
What do you see in there?
Just drapes. Just red drapes. The lanterns, are they like warm or anything? Are they look like they're
It doesn't look like anybody's been here in a day at least.
okay. Doesn't look like anybody's been here in a while, like a day.
So
Perhaps-
no one's home.
I'm gonna walk around and just see what's on the other side. Can I
Be
just
careful.
okay.
You just kind of do a walk around the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the cart. I want to walk
Yeah,
around
yeah.
the building.
Yeah, so you walk around the building, same thing, right? You see the scaffolding leading up, and you do see that at the top of the scaffolding, there's a ladder that leads up, and there is a crack in the 3rd floor of the tower, the side of the building, up in this area here.
Yeah.
And you can see into the darkness of the tower, the 3rd floor.
Okay.
Like a small crack?
Like 3 or 4 feet across.
Big enough
so
somebody
it's-
could get into with
Yep.
a ladder.
Right.
Yep.
I relay this.
How rickety does all the scaffolding and the
Should,
ladders and the ramp all look?
Investigation
I
check.
like that your voice is changing, but maybe we could just go take a look.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking and asking the
I
DM.
was just teasing you.
He's just,
You know what I sometimes I get back.
okay, hey, this can actually work out.
Hey, this could actually work.
This could actually... 19.
Okay. With a 19, rotting beams support the scaffolding, which groans and creaks with the slightest breeze. A series of ladders and platforms lead to a hole in the northwest wall on the 3rd floor. You can tell that you don't know if you'd trust... If you were going to traverse the scaffolding, you'd probably do it very carefully.
Yeah, I'm heavy.
Falpher, I think you should
Especially
go up
you.
and take a
Yeah,
look
I'm a fatty.
inside the crack, because you're the latest.
I mean, I'll do it. Maybe someone will Baratok to us.
What?
I will go up.
Okay.
I'll go up the steps.
All right, so you start kind of up the steps of the front, or are you going up the
Up
ladder?
the ladder
Okay.
to that where that crevice
Okay,
is.
so you make it up to can we bring that camera?
Oh yes, sorry.
That's
Hey,
Whoa.
that's actually
that was.
That's fun. Look at those wires.
Yes.
gosh.
Oh, what?
Sorry, everyone at home.
Whoa! Everyone's going for a ride.
What do you do for a living, Adam?
No, he didn't.
Wow.
No, he didn't.
I'm a tiny tripod manufacturer.
See, you should have got this one thing right.
That
all
explains
the
it.
things I
All
could
the
have done
things.
in front of everybody.
Okay, so you make it up the ladder onto the first level of the scaffolding,
Yes, and I'll.
and
Okay.
under your weight, it feels actually quite sturdy.
Okay.
You don't really fear that there's any issue of it collapsing under your weight.
So I'm about 40 pounds. So, yeah.
It's fairly sturdy for you. You kind of move. It does move a little bit.
Okay.
It creaks under your feet, but you feel like you're all right.
Seems safe to me, my friends. I will go up a little higher. Is that all right?
Oh yeah.
I'll
Okay.
turn to Sterling. Better talk to us. I just got it.
I still don't get it.
It's fine.
I have a question actually.
Yeah.
The effect that the hag had on me limited my max HP and all that.
Yeah.
That was forever ago. Am I okay now?
Nope.
Is Falpher okay now?
Yes.
Does that mean the hag's been coming back every night to just you?
Wow, dude, that's a long time. That's 10 days later. Okay. I will attempt to. There's a crevice on the 3rd floor.
Yes. Yes.
Can I attempt to get over
Yeah.
there?
If we can bring the camera up just a little bit so that it shows that.
Show you how it's done.
So you come across to that ladder and you start to climb the ladder to the crevice. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, that's what I'm going to attempt to do. And also
Okay, so you're
attempting
gonna
to
go.
see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
As soon as they bring that up
Yeah,
again,
that's
you'll see.
a bit too much.
Okay, so as you climb, you basically climb past the second floor, and up to the 3rd floor, which is right there.
Okay.
And you can see that skeleton that you see hanging is not there. That is. On the
that's
wall.
in the image.
Yeah, in the
That's
image. Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, but anyways, there is basically just a crevice that opens up.
Okay.
And as you kind of look into, you don't have dark vision, right?
I do.
You do.
I do.
Oh, because of Gloomstalker. That is right.
Stop that gloom.
Yeah, I do. Right now, actually.
See.
Time and elements have all but destroyed this chamber, leaving a gash in the northwest wall and slimy black mildew on the walls. The wooden floor is completely rotted and has begun to fall away in pieces. In the middle of the room is a 5-foot square hole in the floor and ceiling with a rusty chain near each corner of that hole. And that's what you see.
Okay. So, hole in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
Chains
On
each
each corner.
corner
Yeah.
of that hole.
Yeah. And there's
So,
a hole in the ceiling
can
that
I-
matches the one in the floor.
Can I perceive whether or not the floor is being held up by these chains?
No, they seemingly pass up and down through the hole.
Okay. So they're not tied to the floor at all. They're just
Right.
in the hole. Okay. Hey, everyone. It's pretty strange. There's like a big square hole in the middle. And then these chains going up and down. Should I go inside?
I don't know. I keep looking over at the door and thinking, why don't we knock?
Yeah.
Oh, better
I
yet.
think we should go to the door and just see.
People have been calling him the Mad Mage, right?
Yeah,
So-
you go to the door. I will stay here and make sure he does not escape.
Yeah, you could probably
Yeah.
stop him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna go up to the first landing there, as you can see on the thing.
Okay,
And I
so
just
you
want-
climb up.
So, yeah, he's
and
on
I'm
that
actually
step.
gonna call to him.
Okay, can you, how much do you weigh?
It's not important.
Hey, clearly it
I mean,
is.
the rations. I had a hard time with. I ran out of rations the other day.
So you're lighter because you no longer carry rations.
I haven't conveniently haven't recorded it. I'm probably a fairly fit gentleman. 185. I assume they measure weight in pounds here.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, about 14 stone.
So you climb that ladder, no problem. As
Yeah.
soon as you step onto the scaffolding,
Oh,
you
oh,
take a. Go ahead.
Sorry, not,
Yeah, this
not
is-
on the scaffolding.
Yeah, you climb the ladder
on the
onto
ramp.
the scaffolding.
No,
ramp.
the ramp
The
to
ramp
the
at the front door.
Oh, I
See?
didn't know that.
There's
Okay.
a ramp
See?
right here,
Okay.
and he's on.
Okay.
he's actually-
Yeah, yeah.
So you start to climb the ramp.
It's a
Okay.
very secure ramp.
I didn't
at
know
the
that.
front.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
very
you start to
strong.
climb up the ramp. As you approach the door, the tower door is made of iron with no visible handles or hinges. In the middle of the door is a large embossed symbol, a connected series of lines with 8 stick figures set around it. Carved into the lintel above the door is a word, Kazan. And if we can show that image of the door there, Julian.
8 stick figures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll see the image as soon as Julian. There it is.
Kazan.
Can we make that image a bit bigger? The guys here can't see it.
Well, that looks a
Please.
little messed up.
It's like a bunch of stick people and a stick moth in the middle.
Stick Mothra.
And like I said, Kazan is written
over
above the door.
Okay.
Khazan.
Kha.
Speak friend and enter.
Z-A-N. Okay, I'm not seeing this, so good luck, guys.
Wow.
Moron.
Okay, I'm going to stand in front of the door. I'm gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna go.
Okay,
like,
wait. Tell me
this,
what you
and then I'm
do
gonna go
when
like
you do
this.
it. No, we need that up still. Thank
Okay.
you. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so hang on.
I don't know how you're gonna get.
Which
me.
one's the first one you're doing? Show me the first one you're doing.
This is gonna be very important.
Yes.
I'm gonna start with this one.
Okay.
So.
Yeah,
And,
so-
basi-
so
and
the one on the
basically
left.
follow the lines,
Basically,
Dave?
the Y of the YMCA,
Yeah.
Okay.
and I'm gonna basically. Oh yeah, I'm gonna dance with him. So. Huh, 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 huh.
Wait. Wait. You gotta do it
Ah,
slow so
my
I know
head
what's
fell
going
off.
on.
Does he have a head on the last guy? Okay, so basically I do them in that order.
Okay, so you
So
follow
just
from the top left.
line.
Yeah, this guy,
Yeah.
this guy
Yeah.
first,
Okay.
then
Do them slow. Go next.
this guy,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna do this guy.
Yeah.
So wide, fully wide.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then this guy,
Yeah.
and then this guy,
Yeah.
and then I don't know, this guy, and then
Okay.
this guy,
Yeah.
and then this guy.
And you hear a
What?
and the door opens up
What?
slowly.
What?
I turned to stare.
Good.
What did What did he just do?
He just danced at the
It was
door
just a dance move, so I just
and
did
it
it.
opened.
What? I don't understand.
I
didn't see this. So
He's a good dancer.
Well, it shows the steps on the door.
I'm
It's
actually-
not like I don't usually dance.
I'm actually quite close to him if the door is in relation to the scaffolding.
I'm in over there.
So I'll just yell down like, "How did you do it?"
But how would you know? You're on the like way over here.
Am I?
danced
his
I can't
way
see
in.
where I am
You're
on
a
the other
couple
side.
walls away
Oh,
from
okay.
me, yeah.
Never mind. Never mind.
What do you do?
Okay, so should I go in?
Knock first on the open door.
Okay, so
It's only polite.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I gotta knock on the frame. I don't want to touch the door. I
Okay.
knock on the frame. Hello, Mr. Mage.
Echoes through the cold thing, and you can see that there's a vestibule in the front,
Yeah.
and there's a curtain at the end of this vestibule. So it's like 5 feet and then a curtain.
Oh, I'm gonna die. I can't believe I got that.
Dude.
Okay, so I'm gonna slowly.
I think we'd better. I'll start making my way to the front door.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna poke my head in
Where are you guys going?
and say,
The door's open.
Mr. Kazan.
You poke your head through the curtain.
No,
Okay. Okay.
no.
And your
Just
voice
in the
just
door.
echoes through the tower.
I think his name's Kazan. It says it on the door.
I don't. It might have been a clue to the dance moves. Maybe that's the name of the dance. It's the Kazan dance.
Oh, it's gonna catch on.
Yeah.
Uh,
you need to teach us the dance.
It's
Yeah.
gonna catch Kazan.
Oh.
I'm going to. Can I take some parchment and quickly jot down the moves that are on the door?
Sure. Okay, you take a couple moments to do that. What are you guys doing while he's doing this, and what are you doing? Because you're still up there.
Yep.
Kind of. You've looked in. What do you do?
Okay.
I'm going to. I notice them moving towards the door.
Yeah.
So I'll climb down
Okay.
and follow in behind them.
Okay. And you all, by this point, have come up the ramp as far as you want to go.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're
I'm actually nervous about what's gonna happen.
Me too. I'm nervous about
You're
what's
at the
gonna happen
top.
to you too.
transcribing the dance moves,
Yeah.
and
Well, I gotta teach it to people.
Yeah.
while you're doing that,
Good dance.
I'll just go ahead of you, and this room how is it lit?
So the vestibule is completely dark. It's completely dark in this tower right
With
now.
a black curtain at the front?
With a yeah. So there's a curtain. All you see the light of the day, the overcast day, lighting this 5 foot by 10 foot vestibule.
Yeah.
But then there's a black curtain that covers your movement into the rest of the into the rest of the.
I'll bring out Driffles on his
Glove? The
yeah
globe? So
yeah tied to my bag but floating like a balloon,
Yeah. Okay.
and I'll activate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, it has 2 activation words. Which one do you use?
The one that doesn't run out.
Kazan. Kazan! Just kidding.
Kazan. Yeah.
Sunlight, right? Or daylight?
Hold on, I'm just reminding myself exactly what the word was for that one. It's something like
Hey, before we go in,
it is.
remember when the egg really hurt you and then you got better?
Yeah, I feel great. Why?
How did you get better? Because I'm feeling a little groggy.
Don't remember, to be honest. I just
Okay.
got better.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
How should I know?
I forget now.
Feel like
You should go, do you have YouTube? No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Sterling. Yes, you come in front. I can't see a thing in here.
Okay. Hope. So I'll move up.
like I helped you.
I'll move up behind Muskoka, or should I
Well, he's
move
transcribing
past and
the
be
things.
But
be
I'm
in the front?
doorway.
Yeah.
I don't mind being in the front if I can squeeze my way past you.
Oh, you want to get by?
Yeah, I just I mean, like I'm big, so if anything's flying out, it'll hit me first.
Yeah, you should try this dance though. Like it's good. Don't not right now.
Just
Like, I'm gonna write
show
down,
me,
try later.
because
Do it later.
if it opens every door, I'll be really
We could just do a dance
excited
group
about
together or something.
Okay.
I-
That's awesome.
the door open dance.
You do recall that you felt vaguely better while you were at the Abbey.
Okay.
And at some point throughout that day, you don't necessarily know what happened or remember necessarily, but you remember that your strength came back throughout the latter part of the day that you were there.
I will make note of it. And remind myself to tell Muskoka about it.
Yep.
Okay.
With the room lit up now, how does it look?
Okay, so again, you're just in this little vestibule. It's like a foyer, and there's a curtain that leads into the rest of that floor.
Okay. Nothing except the curtain?
No, there's nothing else in there except the curtain.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
Stone floor within this vestibule, but you can see that it transitions to wood past that, just under the curtain.
Are you guys going in or not?
Okay.
Yeah, so I've stepped in, just squeezed past.
Yeah.
Muskoka.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got Driffles tied, but I'm gonna hold it like a balloon in front of me, up close to the curtain, and see if the light shows anything.
Regularly lit.
Like thick curtain, so it's not sheer. There's no
thick curtain.
I'm going to pull back the curtain.
Oh, wait. I've got a quarterstaff, so I'm gonna remove my quarterstaff.
Oh yeah, and I'll get my short bow ready and an arrow.
Why don't I use my staff to open it instead of you just wandering through?
Well, I was just going to open it from here.
Yeah. Why don't you want me to use the stick instead?
I have a 10-foot pole.
Okay. Well, it's not a bow. Like how big is the bow? Whatever.
Well, no,
my
it's
quarterstaff would be fine.
I used it before with traps. It's telescopic. Look.
Oh. Okay, I feel a little ashamed of my quarterstaff.
So step back.
I'm gonna like poke the curtain with the 10-foot pole.
You poke the curtain.
Yeah.
It moves and comes back.
All right, and I'll find the edge and I'll start to try and like push it over,
Nothing.
like to open it.
What do we see inside?
Darkness.
Just won't open.
But the
dark
light
vision.
from Driffles
it illuminates kind of the wood floor ahead of it.
What's
So
it
I'll
held
put
up
the-
by? How tall is this curtain? Does it go all the way up to the top?
It goes to
the hole though, or like?
Just to the ceiling.
and it doesn't have a split. It's just like a solid.
No, there's a split, and as you move
Okay.
it a little bit, you see that the light goes through and it illuminates the wooden floor that's through.
Okay.
But to see more, you'd have to open up the entire curtain.
So I'll start like knocking it over from the top to try and open it with the 10-foot
Okay.
pole.
So I have dark vision. Can I just look into the room?
Yeah. So you grab the
Sneak
curtain,
through?
you kind of look into the
Kinda
room.
look
Sure.
into the room?
Dust and cobwebs fill this otherwise empty room. The wooden floor of which is badly rotted and partially collapsed. A torn curtain, which you're looking through now, to the south partially obscures the tower's vestibule if you were coming from the other side. So it's torn in some areas. Light was going through, wasn't enough to see it. You parted it and you see it. Okay. In the middle of the room is a 5-foot square hole in the floor and ceiling with a rusty chain near each corner. Other than that, it's an empty room.
It looks just like the third floor looks like. It's a old room, chains, square hole, top, bottom, same thing. We should just go in.
But there's no way up or down to the other floors or anything. You don't see anything.
Perhaps the chains.
Okay, I'll walk
It could be an
through the
elevator or a lifting machine.
Oh boy.
Mr. and Mrs. Mage, we are here. We entered, and I hope you don't mind. We're gonna pull on the chains, but if that's a bad idea, maybe you could tell us.
Yes.
You helped one of the Vistani camps, and we were hoping you could help us.
I join in with Sterling and
No
go,
answer.
Yes, would you like to talk to us?
No answer.
No.
I get it. I get it now.
See, we're on the lake and
That's pretty good.
chains.
Okay, so you walk in?
What? Yeah. What's
Okay, so you walk into the wood floor, and as you step in, you hear this crunch, and the floor gives way
No, it doesn't.
under Muskoka, and you see him plummet through the floor down.
Just the floor where he is
Yeah,
plummets.
just like a 5-foot section, just
Not very
Ah!
far.
it
Not very
crashes
far.
in, and you fall 20 feet.
Oh my goodness.
Do you have a dark vision?
Dude.
I don't think so. I'm just a shifter.
Okay, so you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Can I respond? Can I go and grab his hand, like run to the hole and try to grab his
Well,
hand?
you
as
were
a
right
rack?
there, so I'll give you a dexterity saving throw to see if
Okay.
you can catch him
Okay.
as he falls.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you a dexterity saving throw as well as you're falling through.
Okay. Oh, that is an 18 plus 2, Jason. So that's a dirty 20.
Ooh, it's an
Okay.
18 plus 2, Jay. Dirty 20.
What? 2 of us?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Dirty 20, brothers.
So you reach up and you basically clasp wrists.
Oh, that's so
I would
good.
like you to make a strength athletics
you're
check to
coming-
try and carry his weight.
I'm so
'Cause
glad
he
you
is
didn't.
Is
3
there
times
any,
your weight.
any way I
thought you were
could
gonna grab
like?
my cape and like pull me by the head.
For this
again.
one, I'm gonna do this. Oh, mother of all pearls!
I'm so
It's
glad
an-
you got my hand.
It's an 11, Jason. It's an 11 though, which is better than half all the way up to 20.
Yeah,
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Falpher is pulled through the hole with you. You both fall through the hole, and you hit hard stone at the bottom. You're going to take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall. You're going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, Muskoka, as you fall.
Oh my God.
5 for me?
Yeah, 5 for you, 4
both
for you.
have dark vision, so that's good.
Well, he has dark vision.
I do, actually.
Oh, you do. So
Yeah.
you both have dark vision. Okay. Cool. As you hit the floor, and you kind of come to, once kind of the wincing pain stops, you see flagstone floors strewn with debris, and a few old crates stand near the east wall. East wall being this wall. A 5-foot square indentation in the center of the floor contains 4 pulleys attached to taut iron chains that stretch up through a similarly sized hole
So,
in the rotted wood ceiling.
to clarify, there is a chain attached to the floor?
Yes, there's pulleys on the ground on each corner of an indentation that's about this deep in the floor, and the chains go up through the ceiling.
It is a giant bellwaiter.
Okay, dumbwaiter.
Dumbwaiter.
I'm gonna.
Hang on, not done yet.
Okay.
Standing next to the chains are 4 tall clay statues that stand in each corner of the chains.
I just want to very, I can't understate this. Very carefully. Put my head under where this thing might be and look up.
Okay.
with the most caution imaginable.
So I'm going to say to Dave, but his character Muskoka, say, I would be very careful if you put your head up and look. We don't know what might happen.
Okay, so you're about, say, 5 feet or so, 5 to 8 feet away from this thing. And as you start to, you stand up and you start to kind of creep over to it, and these looming tall kind of clay statues are standing there. As you kind of put your head under, you see the statues grab the chain like this. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh, yes!
The statues grab the chain.
The statues.
Oh, this can't happen to me again.
Oh, man, that would be just glory. I mean, terrible.
All right. Thank you, everyone. If you've enjoyed what you watch, consider following us and subscribing, of course, to join our wonderful Discord community, which is really great. We're starting Quest this week, for those of you that didn't watch the top of the show, and it's going to be awesome. So you can check all of that out following the links in the chat, which would be great. Let's take a quick bio break. Let's make this real super quick. Let's do like 5 to 10 minutes,
Questions?
if that. We'll do a couple questions. We can do Grigori, and you can do the special something that we're going to do. And
I'll do questions after.
yeah, let's do Grigori. We're not going to do too many questions today.
Yeah,
In fact,
cool.
I don't know if we have time for questions today.
Okay,
So
makes sense.
they can save their questions for tomorrow night.
Cool.
Whether or not we have time for questions is the question.
Ooh.
Julian? Yeah? I got some for you, buddy.
Let's do Grigori.
Yeah. Ooh, look at
Okay, I do have to read this one comment before you start.
now that the boss.
Now that the guy who needs to.
It's our
tell
town
me.
now.
Okay. No, this is a great comment. Bernardo Pava said, I sub and entered the Vistani game yesterday. Was really well received. People out of the blue showed up to help me with the details and everything that I had doubts about.
Wow.
Even RP'd a little, and I'm an old geezer of 38 years old. If you can, sub and come join the fun. Seriously, thanks to all involved. Love yas. Ha 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 ha.
Wow.
Dudes,
That was good.
that's amazing.
That's a cool community, man.
Yeah. Thank you for the comment.
Very nice.
They're nice.
Hello! I am a Grigori, and this looks
Look at those
weird
ears
today.
It looks very strange
Wait,
today.
Wait, those are my ears?
What?
I
You
don't
gotta-
know if I ever
oh,
do.
wait.
Hold on, this is a
Yeah.
very short microphone.
goes-
Allow me to-
No, but it's short. Oh, I
You
see.
are on the short
Allow me
leash.
to look at you longingly. As I seduce you with my eyes. Of course. I have to talk to you today, very much, as we always do, about
Extra Life. Yes, because we like to help the kids. That's what we do, because we love the kids. And we do this for the kids. And as you can see over there,
Oh, nice.
you can go to twitch.tv/RealmSmith to be able to donate to help the kids. Because when you help the kids, you also help the party. When you look down here over at this, you can see that there are many things that have already been given to the party because of your generosity helping the kids at the Children's Miracle Network hospitals through Extra Life. And the next thing on the list is 500 gold pieces of 2 plus 2 arrows, 5 of them, which is good, which I have recently learned, lose their magic once they are fired. Weird. Who knew?
I did not know that either.
Isn't that amazing, the kids? Ow! I did not. It's, you learn something new every day.
Gregory, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What kinds of things do you have inside your Vardo?
In my Vardo is full of rainbow sparkles, which I use to be able to poof from here to there. And also my purple pet mouse named Geppetto. He lives in there, and he is my favorite pet mouse of all of the pet mice that I have ever had.
Oh, you've had many pet mice?
Yes.
Okay, that's weird. No, I mean that's awesome.
Doesn't everyone have a
Collection of mice?
yes?
No, I mean only if you live in terrible circumstances.
I mean, not all at once. Okay, yes, and then the very last thing that your donations will be able to give to the party is a cloak of elven kind. And as you see the gold pieces down below, that actually translates to dollars in Earth 616. So I hope that you feel generous and want to help the kids because, as you know, the children are our future. And as I've said before, if you don't help the kids, then the future is dreary, my friends. It's, I've heard some things about this 2020 year. I'm glad I'm not in Earth 616 or whichever one you're in, 724. Anyway, it will get better, I promise you. Just remember that the goodness that you bring from your heart, it will come back to you, because what you reap what you sow, and your kindness and your generosity, it touches all of our hearts, and mine especially. And as I recently learned when I visited the Camp Gakus, apparently in some realms people call me Santa Claus. So thank you very much, all of you. I love you, the kids.
Thank you, Gregory.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. You're the best.
Poof!
Oh wow.
Happy birthday
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joel. One candle for each decade you've been alive. Wait. One of them went out. Hang on.
Wow. Look at you guys.
Oh my gosh, it's not working.
No, you did it.
There we go.
Hey man.
Go for it.
Just
Blow it up.
I'll COVID all over the thing?
Yeah, just clove it all over it. Whatever.
Okay.
This is your cake. It's not for us. We have
Oh.
separate cakes.
Good.
Please dry your lips.
Each of you?
About a cake for each of us. Hey!
Hey. You know what I wished for?
What?
I wished for all of you to not know what I wished about.
To eat that up.
Oh yeah.
You
no,
hear
but-
Nora's voice in the background.
Yeah,
She's
Noura?
just
Yes.
standing by. You can bring Noura up
I
there.
unmuted myself
You can
just
bring
to
her
sing happy birthday.
Aw, Noura, that's awesome.
She's being very patient.
Can I not have the cake now? This is my character.
No.
Can I give
Oh.
Julian a treat?
Yes, real quick. Julian, get in
Come
here. Real
What
quick.
is wait a second. Julian can't steal my birthday thunder.
I'm moving over.
What's going on here?
Oh, I didn't tell you about it.
What?
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 For you.
Okay, you want to sit in the DM spot? No?
Do it.
Come have a seat.
Do it.
Come have a seat.
Yeah.
So,
When's
every
your
week
birthday, by the way?
after-
See?
Yeah, this isn't a birthday thing.
Okay.
Every week after we play, we go for wings.
This is
And
very.
we've
This is
started to bring-
foreboding and foreshadowing.
We started to bring our own hot sauces with us because the wings are never hot enough.
That's true.
And so you brought a few, and then I brought a few. And last time, I told you about a very special gummy bear that I had.
Oh, you got the gummy bears.
And I brought you a gummy bear. On camera.
Oh boy.
It is the world's hottest gummy bear.
Is the whole world's hottest gummy bear?
9 million shoe chili extract. is in there. It's really hot.
And do you
We love hot stuff, and this thing hurts.
now? Are you challenging him to a gummy bear, like right now?
I just want him to have it right now.
He has to eat it now.
Yeah, just not right now.
Do we need him producing the show?
No, it's good. You're fine. He can handle more heat than I can.
No, it's good.
just
You're
one.
fine.
It's just one gummy bear. You see the size of the box
It's just one gummy
for
bear.
one gummy bear.
Oh, this is a birthday present.
Whoa.
That is a $12 one gummy bear.
This
Look at the
is
packaging.
amazing. So just as a note, as a note,
Like a tiny ass gummy bear.
Yeah,
It's
it's just
tiny.
a normal gummy bear size.
but the box is huge. Like that's what it comes in. It's one.
Every side is
Much
warnings.
bigger.
Oh boy.
Okay.
You
So-
might just love it and game over.
No,
and back to
this
the game.
is a gift for me because he makes fun of me all the
That's
time.
because you can't handle black pepper.
Okay,
It
let's
doesn't
just
really
do it.
smell like
Let's
it.
just
It
do
smells
it.
Yeah, just give it a good chew.
The world's hottest gummy
Gummy
bear.
bear.
Really, really tasty. The problem with it being a gummy bear is that you can't just swallow it and get it out of the way.
Yeah.
It's hot, eh?
It's
actually
it's
got
called
some spice
Lil
to it.
Nitro. The world's hottest gummy bear.
When I put that in my mouth, it was up at this point that I thought I got to go back and get one for Julian, and then it got worse, and I started to drink everything in the car. I ate every sugary candy I could.
It's pretty hot.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. I started to cry. I never cry at hot stuff. But this
Oh
one
man, here we go.
absolutely killed me.
This
Here
is
we
a
go.
great idea halfway through our show
Yeah, he's just got
I don't need to
to,
produce. It's
to
fine.
cripple our producer.
It's fine.
How is
It's
it?
fine. It'll be okay.
It's hot.
Your
It's
eyes
hot.
are
Dog-
water.
this-
We've had
the
some hot
dog
stuff.
drinking the coffee
hot.
mug with the fire in the back. It's okay.
Oh
We've had some
man.
hot stuff together. We've had Dave's Private Reserve. We've had the last drop from
The last dab.
From, sorry, the last dab from whatever hot stuff was.
Dude, how are you
And,
not hiccuping like crazy right now? Just like your body
It's
rejecting
not
it.
worse than that Mad Dog.
It's worse than Mad Dog.
No.
Dude, I had Mad Dog.
Okay.
With you.
I was
This is crazy.
instantly tearing up with Mad Dog. I am not crying here.
This one killed me. Mad Dog was fine for me, but this one was just.
It gets worse as it goes too.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, good
Wow.
luck. Back to her.
Thanks.
I hope
Good
you
luck,
enjoyed
bud.
it.
Show must go on. Inside his chest, it's burning.
Anyways, if you like hot stuff, try to find that gummy bear. It's
See, now that I'm on, the whole
Just
world gets to see like now I just can't. I'm not in the background with stream, not watching my facial reactions.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for being patient, Nora.
Thank you,
Oh,
Nora.
no problem. I'm enjoying not being in danger.
Oh, give it a couple minutes.
Did you see my
okay.
dance?
All right, cool.
Yeah. If you saw the dance, you were in danger.
Yeah.
I saw the dance.
Psychological
No, I'm-
damage.
Yeah, it is. No, totally.
Yeah.
As soon as they fall, I just want to stand over the hole and say,
Oh, it's happening.
you're back?
We've started. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Here we go.
Okay, Nora, we'll be back. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, you're going away again?
Yeah, she's going away
Yeah,
again.
I'm gone. I'll
Yeah.
be back.
That's the reason I came
Yeah.
back. Okay.
Okay. The clay golems lift their arms to it and they start to pull on the chains.
Whoa. It's going
Okay.
up?
So
And you
he's
look
out
up.
of the way, or
What's that?
he's
No, so he's looked and they're starting to pull. They're not pulling quickly. They're pulling fairly slowly.
Okay.
As they start to and you can see that there's a platform that
Oh, I back.
starts to come. Yeah, it's coming quite slow.
up.
And you kind of back up, and eventually the platform comes in, and it's a wooden platform that, again, is about, I think I said 5 feet by 5 feet.
I'm sorry, but because you said show must go on, I actually think it's Freddie Mercury coming down on a platform for like a concert. Sorry, that's the first thought I had. It's like, wow, this is a really good entrance.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, 5 foot square platform drops into the center of the room, and as soon as it drops, the clay statue's arms go back to their sides.
"Are you all right down there? Hello."
Okay. What? Yeah, it'll hurt. Thanks for trying.
And
to
you
grab
all saw the platform come from the ceiling and then through the floor.
So it went past them.
Yeah, it went past them.
So we just kind of like waited for it to go all the way down before asking if they're okay.
It's all kind of happening at the same time.
Yeah, I didn't
I
wanna wait.
lean back. I don't want to get hit by this thing.
Yeah.
What did you guys do?
We fell.
No. Muskoka put his face in the way, and then the thing started moving. So I figure,
Okay.
We must
So, yeah,
have
well-
activated this platform.
Should we try to get on it? Like, what else? What else is in this room? There's crates and stuff. Are any of the crates open? So hi,
Empty crates.
they're all empty.
Yeah, as you look, they've all been kind of turned over and opened, and it looks like just like
is there anything of
Debris.
value in this
investigation check.
level? Oh, hey, no, that's a 0. That's not a 0. It's an 8.
An 8.
Yeah, it's 10. So.
Okay, so with the 10, you
14.
look around. With a 14, again, nothing seemingly of value. All the crates are empty.
Okay.
Looks like it's been ransacked.
What about these clay statue things?
Yeah. Yeah, so again, they look like mounds of clay, like roughly hewn statues who animated for a minute to kind of let it go, and then their arms come down and they're still.
Do we feel like we're in danger?
Give me an insight check.
Oh, dang.
23.
Terrible. An 8 for me.
Okay, with a 23, they didn't move until you got close to the elevator. You imagine with a 23, their purpose is to actually affect and move the elevator.
I cautiously. Well, I'm gonna poke one. I'm gonna poke one. I'm just gonna touch it.
What are you doing?
You touch it and nothing happens.
Nothing. I'll step one foot
Fine.
onto the platform and then the next foot.
If he does that, I'll do the exact same thing. I'll just like, oh, okay.
Okay, so it's a 5-foot space, which
Yep.
means that you guys would have to like really, you can
Well,
basically
okay.
take up a
Tiny.
5-foot space. So yeah,
I'll pull 'em
so
close
you,
to me.
okay, so you're in, and all of a sudden the clay golems grab the chain and they basically hold their hands straight on the chain.
And they're not lifting us.
Okay, up.
Up.
All right.
No
No response.
response. No.
Alley-oop.
Kazam, Kazilu,
Kazakhstan.
Kazaa.
Didn't you write it down?
Yes, I did.
Um,
I thought I just
Kazan.
Kazan.
Kazan. What is that?
What?
I jump.
What are
Jump
you
up and down.
doing?
Just jump.
What?
Come on.
We're trying to move the elevator or the platform. Any ideas?
Maybe it has a weight limit.
Okay.
Okay, I will get off.
Yeah.
I'll get off.
He gets off.
Okay. Still no response. They're still standing there.
Are they holding the chains?
Yes.
So they reach for it and grab the chains.
Yes.
My dad always said that please is the magic word.
Does anybody have like a coin slot in the statue?
Please.
I'll so I'll walk over to one of
Good
the
question.
statues and I'll go, will you lift my friend up to the next floor, please?
They look directly ahead. No response.
Hello, bonjour. What do we do here? Do I see any markings on the wall? Any instructions at all?
Nothing
Anything
you can see,
perceptible?
nothing
No?
visible.
Who are you talking to?
The statues. They're came to life and they pulled the chains. So
Statue.
Yes, there are 4 statues, one in every corner. They're all holding the chains that hold the platform. And they are currently ready to lift us, but they are not lifting him.
no levers on the wall.
No.
No symbols on the floor.
No.
No statue in the corner holding a bowl for money.
So I'll, avoiding the hole in front, just try to explore that first floor room.
Okay. As you kind of sidestep, you fall through the ground again, and you fall the 20 feet down to the floor below. You only take 1 point of damage. I'll give you a dexterity saving throw to see if you can negate that.
Yes, dexterity is my best stat, so.
That's not intelligent.
Not even close.
16!
Wow.
16. You fall, and you grab the side of the floor where you guys are at.
He's hanging.
All right,
yes.
so I bring the 10-foot pole over so you can grab onto that and I can help pull you up.
And you pull him back up.
I don't think we should step on this anymore.
Yeah, maybe
I
you just
have
stay
to
back.
agree.
Careful up there. What happened?
Well, the floor gave way for me as well.
Yeah, it's not a trustworthy floor. Hey, when you guys looked in, the thing came down to where you were, right? So maybe if one of us goes up to a higher floor and then you look in again, then they'll pull it up to that floor.
You are on a higher floor, but don't get too close.
Well, I mean, I don't want to. I'd have to like step on
Yeah,
the
don't
floor
do
to
that.
get over to, and I don't really want to
I don't want to do that. So
So you're saying the trigger is that we have to look at the...
well, I'm thinking that maybe if Falpher goes back up to the other one, goes through the hole in the side of the tower, and then he looks down
Well,
the shaft,
yeah.
then there'll be, oh yeah, okay, bring it up to...
Falpher's down here though, so he can't go.
Yeah, I know, but we got ropes, he can come up, right?
That's true. I could just climb the chain.
Can we just climb the chains? I'm gonna
Can
try.
absolutely try.
I'm gonna try climbing. The
Me too.
chain.
Try. Thanks for nothing, boys. I'll try to climb the chain myself.
Okay. Athletics checks for you guys, please.
Yes. Athletics check.
Okay,
Is that like
16 for me.
What do we got there?
17.
Ooh, +5. 22.
Okay. So as you grab the chain, you realize that it's a pulley system. And they're not taut, right? So as you pull, it starts to kind of lift one corner and the other corner. You'd have to kind of grab both chains and then grab both chains, but it's really kind of precarious because it's meant to be a pulley system, not a solid thing that you can climb.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay. So what if I go to one corner? Why don't you go on one corner and I'll go on the other corner?
Let's see if we can lift it ourselves. Because two corners, all we would need to do is counterbalance with our legs.
Yeah.
And just basically hoist ourselves up.
Right, like a
But you guys are still on the platform?
Well, I was no longer. He was on it because I got
Well,
off.
then we both,
But I'll climb back
We
on.
both grab the chains.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so you can climb back on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to try and still climb.
Coordinate.
So you manage to slowly, kind of half movement, kind of start to climb the chains. With the rolls that you gave,
Yep.
I'm going to allow you to do that.
Okay.
And you kind of put your arms across, and as soon as you step off the platform, the golem's arms go down to
Okay.
their sides. And
we
you
get
kind
up?
of precariously start to climb.
Okay.
You make it past the floor that they're on, so you look out and you see them.
Okay.
You keep going, then you make it to the third floor, which is the floor that you saw.
Yep.
And you're going to keep going.
Yep.
Okay.
So as we pull them, so like how are we gonna get off? Because if one of us lets go of a chain, it's gonna tip.
That's a very good point, my friend. Maybe we will just jump off at
Together.
the same time?
Okay. I'm going to say at about halfway up, I want you both to make athletics checks again,
Oh,
please,
good.
to maintain.
Okay, that's not that bad with a 10.
Could be worse.
Actually,
with
that's
a 1.
a 9, so that's an 11.
An 11
Mm-hmm.
and a 9,
No, that's a 1.
a 1. With a 1, you let go of one of the sides of the chain, and it starts to come up. The platform begins to lift, and you start to pull one side down, and you smack the side of the basically the third floor as you hit. You take 4 points. 1 point of damage as you hit the floor. You, unfortunately, because of what he's done with a 9. Also let go because it starts to go all wonky. I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw,
Oh
please.
my gosh.
Oh man, good thing my dexterity is amazing. With that's a 12.
Okay, with a 12, you manage to stop yourself from getting any damage, but you're now both basically legs dangling in front of the chains, trying to kind of wrestle with them at the third floor.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Can you pull me out with your giant pole?
Well, you're above you.
we're above them.
Basically, they're seeing your
Dangly legs.
dangly
We've
legs.
got like a 40 to 50 foot drop at this point.
Okay, can I climb onto the side now?
Yeah, you make yourself up and you step onto the platform, and it creaks a little bit, but it seems to be dealing with your weight.
Okay.
But it creaks when he does?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. If I loosen my grip on the chain at all, am I still holding the chain, or I'm like holding onto the floor now?
No, you're kind of you're holding onto the floor now. As you kind of hit it.
It's kind of already holding my weight.
On the edge, it is. And you can see that the floor, like the floor around the hole, is basically
So bad.
reinforced with multiple.
Yeah.
So it's a little stronger than the rest of the floor potentially is.
Give
Give me an intelligence check, Sterling.
How far is the floor below me?
This floor below you is
The
20
second-
feet.
Oh my gosh.
So each floor is 20 feet tall.
I'm gonna try to climb up.
So you're gonna basically climb up onto the floor.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh man.
You climb up and you manage to kind of get up, but as soon as you press onto the wood part, it starts to, because it's rotting right through. So you can basically the edge of the thing holds your weight, but the actual floor itself is not going
I
to.
want to just sit on the edge of it.
Okay, so you just basically turn yourself around and you
That's
sit with
it.
your butt on it.
Yeah, and I'll just.
And his
go
legs are kind of like.
down to them like.
down the-
Okay, I'm stuck.
Would you roll?
11.
Okay.
I'm stuck.
Intelligence check, Falpher.
Sure.
I'm trying to help you.
Oh,
here.
damn it. 6.
Sorry.
It's terrible. I'm rolling like crap tonight, by the way.
What do you guys do?
Mr. Age.
Yeah,
Still
Mr.
no answer.
Mage.
It might be a Mrs. Mage.
Mrs.
I'll let you figure that out. I just want to check something, and I'll step back, and I want to, like, see if I can get into this wagon.
Okay. All right.
If I go around to the back.
Okay, so you step out of the tower.
Where are you?
Come down the.
What the? Where are you going?
Well, you can't necessarily see him because he just steps out of the curtain. He's gone, so you don't necessarily know he's gone.
Right.
Yeah, but you get to the cabin. You go around to the back, and you kind of climb up onto it. What are you trying to? You basically you press the door, and it's locked with a padlock. And like I said, there's chain and keep out is written on the back of the door.
I'll knock on it just to see if anything happens.
Yeah, no sound. Echoes through it. Or no response.
I'll go around to the front to see
Okay.
if there's a kind of like a way in.
Yeah, there's a tombstone window in the front.
Yeah.
With drapes behind it.
Oh.
But it's like a small window. They're like really small slits. Just like it looks exactly like this wagon. So the windows are very tiny. But like in the back, that's like the door
Yeah.
that says "keep out" with the sign, and in the front, it's just tiny little windows.
Oh, okay. So it's not.
Yeah.
Like an opening that I.
No.
All right. I'm going to break the chain.
You try to break the chain.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you want to do that?
Just with. Just get a whack with the longsword.
Yeah.
You just take your longsword out, and I'm assuming you're going to use the hilt of it,
Yeah.
the pommel, and try and smash it. Okay. And you're hitting the chain or the lock.
I'll hit the lock.
Okay.
I think I can get the lock.
Okay. Give me a strength athletics check, please.
You can do it.
16.
Okay. You hit it and it glances off. It makes like a little tiny dent, but it's not enough to bust it.
Come on now. And I'll hit it again.
Give me another one.
It's worked so well for us last season.
14.
Still glancing off. What are you guys doing?
Can I see up? Is there an other floor?
Yes, there's an opening. There's a door, a trap door in the ceiling of this chamber.
Okay. Gentlemen, I'm going up. And so I'll climb all the way up.
Strength athletics check.
Okay. I'm going to use a different one because this sucks.
Oh.
Whoa. You got all these D20s here.
You deserve that.
5 for me.
Okay, so you start to climb and you realize it's really uneasy,
Yeah.
and you can't really get so you don't even start climbing at this
Yeah,
point.
okay. All right, well, I'll wait till someone else does something else, and then I'll try again.
Third time's a charm.
Go for it.
24.
Okay, with a 24, you definitely feel like you've made more contact on it. I'd like you to roll me damage, please.
Okay.
And then a dexterity saving throw.
It throws spikes at you.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, look at that.
11.
Okay. With 11, it comes off the hinge, off the lock, and it's just hanging now on the chain.
Gotta be careful, those are 10 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We can use that.
I'll pull it off and take the chains off.
Yep.
Oh,
And I will slowly open the door.
Okay. All right.
Perhaps our answer is in here.
Okay. As you pull the door, you hear a sound,
Oh.
and you feel that there's resistance against it, and you hear a sound of like ropes unraveling,
you're so bad.
and there's something that falls. You hear a crash.
Like inside?
Yeah. And a massive explosion from inside, and then multiple extra explosions.
All inside the Bardo?
Yes, and you all outside. The tower shakes with the pressure of this explosion, and the ground rumbles. And you can see from where you were, you're kind of looking inside, and you're kind of looking outside. The Vardo like explodes completely, smithereens flying everywhere. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh my goodness!
How many
Inside
smithereens are left?
multiple fireballs.
Dimitri.
The multiple pieces of
I would like you
all
also
have
to
roll
make a Constitution saving throw.
All of us?
No, him.
Oh, him.
It's
18.
was this like the
You have
necklace of
disadvantage on that,
fireballs
'cause you're
just
within 5 feet.
breaking
It
and
was thrown inside there.
oh my goodness.
Okay, 10.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw?
Yeah.
18.
Saving. Oh,
That's
you
never
did
good.
you?
I have
18?
I got a +7 on my con save.
Okay. One moment, please.
So half
That-
damage.
Said like someone who's about to deal tremendous amounts of damage.
Don't you wish you were here, Noura?
Hold, please.
Don't you wish you were in this building?
Yes, I do.
Oh, Noura. We could really use your help right now. Is that
Look at
what
how
we're
much
supposed to
he's
do?
rolling.
You take 55 points of fire damage.
Oh.
You take half
Oh,
of that.
great.
As you are pummeled by debris from the explosion. What does that put you at?
0.
Okay.
Whoa.
So you.
No, wait. Does it do, is it
It's
more
not double
than
his.
double
It's
your
not double
damage?
his.
No.
It's not double his hit points.
Technically, I'm at -10.
Okay.
So that
Right.
rounds down or up?
Dimitri.
Okay, so Dmitri is flung from the Vardo as it explodes.
Okay. So I'm
You take damage as you're trying to basically shield yourself, but you're pummeled by the heat wave that occurs and all
Yeah.
of the debris that flies off this Vardo.
okay.
Pieces of Dimitri.
Inside, you all hear this. What do you
Okay,
do?
I'm now determined. I have to see what's going on. I'm going to try to climb again, full speed.
Athletics check.
I'd like to try to slide down the chain to the first floor and then like swing
Athletics check.
myself.
4.
Dude, look at all of these D20s you could use
You
instead.
can't get a hold. You can't get a hold of this chain.
21.
You are hating it. With the 21, you climbed. Where do you want to go to?
I want to slide down the chain
Yeah.
to the first floor and then like swing myself and jump onto the.
Okay, you
very
basically
safe
allow the
sturdy
chain
part.
to take you,
Yeah.
and it lifts up kind of the side, and
So what's that do to me?
Yeah, and then you kind of brace yourself on the edge, and that's why you couldn't do the climb, is because as you were to go to do that, he was down it.
Yeah.
You kind of brace yourself on the edge of the trapdoor, but then there's a 10-foot jump from where you are now to the doorway
Yeah.
where they were.
Yeah.
Your jump is your strength score, I believe. So whatever your strength score is the amount of feet I think that you can jump. I think that's no,
Double that, right?
no. I think it's
You have to have a 10-foot
think it's half.
run to be able to make the full jump.
yeah. I think it's half your strength score. Oh shoot!
We've had this
I
question
know so
10
many times, and I always freaking forget it.
In the meantime, I run to Dimitri because
Okay, so
like,
you get pummeled, and you basically stop, and then you I have it here. I'll find it. And you start to run down, and you come to Dimitri's side, and he is on his back,
Yeah.
and he is just like soot-filled, and there's pieces of the Vardo stuck in his, and basically the Vardo is gone. It is basically just at this point a pile of rubble.
He just has like 2 signs stuck in him, like "keep out."
Yeah.
what is shrapnel. I'm gonna try and stabilize him. 'Cause
Okay.
what else do I do?
Okay. Give me a medicine check.
I'm gonna heal you with my sword.
With your tears. So,
Medicine. That's 19.
Okay, the 19, you manage to kind of stop some of the bleeding, and you stabilize him. You are no longer bleeding out, but you are still completely unconscious. But you are at 0, okay?
oh my god.
But you're stabilized, all right?
So
Okay.
I have a question here.
Yes.
I have enhance ability as a spell. I mean, there's no way I could do all this. I guess hanging from a.
You can absolutely try.
I need
Jumping.
fur.
Your strength determines how far you can jump. When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump, if you move. When you make a standing long jump, you can only do half that distance. So what's your strength score? I was right.
It's 15.
Okay, so half is 7, we'll say. Or 8. I'll round up.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
still not
so
enough.
still not enough.
But I have so with enhanced ability, I can give myself bull's strength.
Yeah,
It gives me advantage on strength checks, which this isn't.
okay.
But doubles my carrying capacity.
No. Sorry. Unless you plan to carry yourself the distance, that's not going to help.
Can I throw a rope? Can I call? I want to call. To what's his name? Sterling. Sterling, grab my rope. Grab my rope, Sterling. Need your
Sterling's
help.
gone. No answer.
That's why I'm
Yeah,
calling him.
yeah. No
If he
answer.
was right there, I just say,
Sterling,
hey,
as you're
never mind.
stabilizing,
Yeah.
you look up across the causeway, and you see a horse approaching.
The horse is like, where's my thing?
And basically at a trot, and it bursts through the woods at a gallop towards the tower as it's coming at you.
Oh, God.
And as it closes in, you see an incredibly injured and bloodied Esmeralda on the back of the horse.
She should see
I'd
us.
like to welcome Noura back to the stream.
Oh, Noura.
We need you so badly right now.
And as she's halfway across
needs help, too.
the causeway, she kind of looks up and kind of takes in what is happening. But you can see that she is badly, badly injured. Noura, Ezmerelda, you have narrowly escaped what we had talked about earlier, and you are incredibly injured from that. You know the amount of hit points that you have left, and you know that they are not far behind. And you were on your way here to hope to use the items within your Vardo to fight off the approaching enemies. And as you approach across the causeway, you see basically a column of smoke where your wagon used to be.
That could mean anything.
And a Sterling standing over an injured Dmitri.
Oh my God.
Ezmerelda, what do you do?
You! You assholes!
It wasn't me, I promise.
No!
I was just looking up.
What did you do to my wagon?
It wasn't me, I promise.
So I'm inside, Jake.
Oh my God.
Can I attempt one more time to climb to
Yes,
the top?
athletic check.
Okay. Yes! Okay, 19.
Okay, at the 19, you start to climb up. Finally, you grab both of them in a desperate attempt, and you start to climb
Yes.
the chains. You get up to the top floor.
wa-
Before that, though, Ezmerelda, what do you want to do with that last bit of movement that you have with your horse?
I would like to. Is there anything I can do to stop the destruction of all of my life's work?
I mean,
into this.
you see that there are remnants of your life's work strewn across the island that are still half on fire, so you could potentially get some of the things that were in your wagon, but right now it's not looking good.
Who is around me? Who do I see?
You see Sterling, and he's standing over a half-dead or
Yeah, she would-
unconscious.
She would see pieces of her Vardo stuck in Dimitri.
Yeah, and you see at this
Who is
point,
unconscious?
Dimitri.
I would like.
She's gonna
How
finish
do
you
I?
off.
She's gonna
I am going to try to use Dimitri. You know, yeah, like you stop, drop, and roll, and put out the fire.
Yeah.
I want to do that, but with Dimitri's body. putting out fires of all of my life savings that you have now destroyed.
Hanging from a chain.
Give me an insight check.
Wow.
Look out, I just plugged those arteries.
I just want to
Dirty
say,
20.
Okay, with a 20, you absolutely know it was Dmitri that tried to get into your wagon. You absolutely can see the keep out sign embedded deeply into his chest. And you know that he was the one that did that. Do you want to roll him to put out the flames?
Yes, I would very much like to use his body to put out the flames of the things that he has destroyed.
So Ezmerelda kind of
so long in my life to collect.
she stumbles off the horse and she starts to kind of move her way over to where you are, and Sterling basically just grabs Dmitri by his cloak and starts to drag him towards her things and uses his cloak and his body to start to put out the flames on her life's work.
That's awesome.
You get up to the top floor.
Yes.
And unlike levels below, this room shows signs of recent habitation.
Oh.
And although the place reeks of mold and mildew, it has plenty of creature comforts, including a cozy bed, a desk with matching chair, bright tapestries, and a large iron stove with plenty of wood to feed it. Light enters through an arrow slits as well as through dirt-caked windows with broken shutters. Other features of the room include a standing suit of armor and a wooden chest. Old wooden rafters bend under the weight of the tower roof, which has somehow remained intact. Mounted to the rafters are pulleys around which hang iron chains that support the tower's elevator platform. That is what you see. Now you can open this up, and I can bring this down so we can actually see
Yes,
it.
please, sir,
And if we
do.
can grab the camera there and just position it. So Dave, can you do that, please? Can you just position that so we can see actually totally inside there? The entirety of it.
It's a nice scatter.
Yeah, that's super cool.
You know, I heard somewhere there's a video to be able to see how to make that bed.
I think there is. On a YouTube channel.
Sort
I
of
heard
a
once.
tutorial on what was it? Realm
I think.
Smash?
Yeah.
Realm Smash.
Realm Jones?
Oh my gosh.
Realm Jones.
Dylan Jones.
Just hold on a second, producer. I'm just trying to get this balanced.
Okay.
Okay. What do you do?
What do I see of value in the room there, Jay?
What?
Well, you see that there's a wooden chest.
Yep.
You see that there's a suit of armor.
Okay.
But other than that, not much else.
Can I tell if there's any traps in the room?
Give me an investigation check. Okay. While he's doing that,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Calling for Sterling.
Okay.
But I'm not hearing it because I'm telling Esmeralda that that's not the best way to cauterize a wound.
Sterling! I need your body.
I am not trying to cauterize a wound. I am trying to put out the fires of all my belongings.
But he's in really bad
Esmeralda?
shape. I don't think that's a good idea. You'll hurt him.
Esmeralda, help!
I pick up Dmitri and I throw him at Sterling.
Okay. Give me a strength check, please.
Can I dodge that?
Yeah. Give me a dexterity check.
I'm gonna dodge Dmitri.
Well, I don't know. Should I dodge or
18.
catch him?
Are you proficient with Demetrius?
I am a dual
Improvise
wielding
the weapon.
Dmitri. I will hurl him over at Sterling. And I rolled an 18.
Okay.
All right. Would this be Dex then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's an 8.
Okay. You are going to. Okay. So he hits you. No damage taken.
Right.
Limp Dmitri doesn't cause damage. That's in the core rules.
Mush.
And he tumbles onto the ground, but you are now back into death saves. As you were unconscious and you just took damage, you are now back into death saves. Nobody knows that. As he falls unconscious
Which means you don't know that.
at Sterling's feet.
He's just been bleeding this whole time anyway.
And you do, when she throws, as he hits you solid, you know that probably did some damage, but you don't know the state that he's in, unless you check him again.
Esmeralda, what's going on?
You tell me! I come over here to try and help you guys and I find my wagon on fire?
Sterling, come help me.
Am I hearing any of that or no?
Come on.
Perception check.
There's
Disadvantage.
fires burning around.
Disadvantage.
All those noisy fires.
Crackling and shouting.
Falpher?
Yes.
Ringing in
I
my
I
middle
rolled
ears.
19.
Okay, with a 19, you look around. Doesn't seem to be any traps in the room.
Doesn't seem to be any traps in the room. Okay. Recency of activity in the room.
With the 19, I'm gonna say it looks lived in.
Okay.
You don't know how long. Probably recently, days.
Okay.
Not a lot of dust settled. Days.
Okay. I'm just going to. I'm gonna.
You do find near the fireplace.
Okay.
And you see that there is remnants of ash and burnt books
Okay.
and documents that are long gone. Nothing that you can retrieve.
Okay.
But you do notice that there have been lots of documents burnt within that fireplace.
Huh.
That still kind of are scattered along the bottom. You
Can
can
I
see
collect some
remnants of
pieces?
paper. Yeah, but nothing. It's all just cinder.
Okay.
But you can tell it's burnt paper. You
Okay.
see like the edge of a book, leather binding, things like that.
Huh.
But that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's obviously that wooden chest. As you approach the wooden chest,
Yeah.
there's a aroma of lavender that hits your nose, and you can tell, but from your hunting and from
Yep.
your herb gathering and all of that sort of thing.
Cool.
Okay, what did you get for your perception?
17.
Okay, with 17, you hear the faint voice of Muskoka yelling, "Sterling, help!"
Thank you. Yeah.
And I would like you to make your first death save, please. You know what? We are going to use our new extra life dice to do that.
Please roll
Don't blame the
extra
kids if it
life.
doesn't. If it doesn't.
Come on, that 20.
Oh, no, I'll fix it. I'll fix
Where
it.
do I-
Don't kill me.
You know what? That door's probably
that's
not there
not
anymore.
Right
Okay, here we go.
there.
13. That
Okay.
is a success. Perfect.
First of many.
All right.
First of.
Okay. What do you do, Sterling? You're up.
I hear Muskoka calling me because I think he needs help, but you look very hurt. Can I help you?
Can I hear?
Not as hurt as you all will be.
And you can see that through her clothing, there is gashes, almost like claws, and there's a gash across her face that is bleeding. She looks really super beat up. Perception check, Sterling, please. Perception check, Esmeralda, please.
19.
That was
plus-
almost a 20.
What are we doing? Perception?
What's that?
Did you say perception?
Yeah, perception.
25.
Whoa. Sterling?
Natural 1.
Okay. In the distance,
In the distance.
not so far distance, you hear "Ow!" emanate from basically the edge and the end of the promontory as you see two massive dire wolves crest onto the causeway that leads to the island that you're on. From behind that, you imagine another 5 or so wolves from this distance, regular sized wolves, come in and around them. I would like you all to roll initiative, please.
Okay.
Wait, he's not gonna help me?
Jay, can I ask a quick question about the visibility out from the top of the tower floor here? Like, can I see? Are these actual windows that I can see through?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they're cracked and thing, but you try to manage to see
Okay.
through one of them.
Okay. Can I hear the wolves? I guess is what I'm asking. Can I see them?
Yeah,
from
everybody
across the
hears
promontory?
them. You hear them.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody hears the wolf.
Okay.
Let me just bring up my.
I am so not confident about our
Using
chances
D&D
here.
Beyond's Encounter Builder and Combat Tracker.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh, that's not the
This is
one.
really bad.
This is really bad, guys. This is really bad.
It's not sure.
I was going to say your head.
Okay, let me just say.
Yes.
You all do crazy things all the time.
Come on,
I
Adam.
break into one Vardo.
Sterling.
See, that's what happens when you go.
6.
Oh dear. Dmitri.
4.
Falpher.
27.
Oh, wow.
Muskoka.
12. I'm hanging from a chain.
Natural.
Esmeralda.
And then a +7 on my initiative.
Oh, natural 20.
Yeah.
16.
I literally leave you guys alone for 1 week.
16?
That's what you did. 16.
All right.
So,
Falpher, you were up.
Yep.
You hear this sound. You are in this room. What do you do?
Okay, so I go to one of the arrow slits for
Yeah.
archers.
Yeah.
I knock back an arrow,
Okay.
and I'll aim for. Do I see the werewolves?
They're so they're just dire wolves and wolves.
Dire wolves and wolves.
But they're across a 100-yard causeway right now.
Okay.
100 yards is how many feet? Do we know?
It's about
3 feet
230,
per yard, so
240.
300 feet.
Yeah. And what's the range on your? On your
Not that.
it might be
will
close to that.
be. It'll be. Yes, you're right. It could be actually.
We gotta blow up the causeway.
Yeah. Just get
320 feet.
If only we
But,
had
but
a
yeah,
photo.
but there's a disadvantage at a certain range, right? So what does it say? It says 80 feet. Yeah, so at up to 80 feet, it's normal. 80 to 320, it's disadvantage. It can't shoot fire farther than 320.
Okay.
So you'd be shooting at disadvantage further than 80 feet.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, Falpher, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay. So you basically ready yourself. You're gonna hold an action, I guess.
Yep.
Okay. So you're gonna fire at one of the wolves when they come within.
Uh,
how far?
I'm gonna say within. No, I'm gonna say within 100 feet. So I'll still be at disadvantage, but I want to get them before they come across the promontory. You know what I mean?
Before they come across the whole way.
Yeah, because there's 100 feet between the promontory land and our island.
And how much did we say 100 yards was?
300 feet.
300 feet.
Okay. 30, 60. Okay. Cool. All right. Esmeralda, you're up. What do you do?
How many do I see?
How many wolves?
Yeah.
You see that there are. Sorry.
Did she say?
4 wolves, 5 wolves, and 2 dire wolves.
Okay. I'm going to cast Firebolt on one of the dire wolves.
How far do you? What's your range on firebolt?
120.
That's too far.
Oh, how far are they?
300 feet.
Oh, 300. Well, I guess I cannot do anything right now.
Okay. You can hold an action if they come within range of your firebolt. Okay.
I will hold the firebolt.
Okay. Okay. The one wolf that looks a bit kind of grayer and seems to be the pack leader, kind of rears back and starts to bolt across the causeway.
The direwolf does?
No, one of the smaller wolves. One of the regular sized wolves.
Are any of these undead? Are direwolves undead?
No, they're just large. They're
just
bear-sized wolves.
Okay.
Muskoka, you're up.
Good. Can I see through the curtain and through the door?
The curtain's closed right now, so you can see some light coming through the tears. You've heard the howls. You are alone with these clay statues further down, but you're currently on the second floor across a 10-foot gap from the doorway, from the curtain.
Okay.
I will allow you to see if you can kind of like gingerly jump and step across to make the distance. But we're going to give you a jump with disadvantage in order to do it.
Okay.
Okay?
I'd like to actually. Would you let me cast something with 150-foot range to the other side of the curtain outside the door? Like I want to try to aim it here onto the causeway. I want to cast spike growth onto the causeway.
You have to see. Does it say an area you can see?
It says the ground in a 20-foot radius centered on a point within range. Doesn't say that I can see. The area becomes difficult terrain.
Okay. Okay.
So, if I'm hanging there and the curtain's there, and I know the door is there, and I know the causeway is beyond the door, could I say?
Yeah. If it doesn't say you can see, I'm going to allow it.
Okay. Doesn't say you can see.
Okay. So I'm going to allow it just because you kind of know.
He kind of came across that.
So I reach into my component pouch and I grab my, as I hand on my hand, I grab one of my 7 little spiky sticks out of my component pouch.
Yeah.
And I'll cast spike growth 100.
Okay.
Onto the causeway.
Yep.
20-foot radius centered on that point.
20-foot radius.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically the length of the size of the causeway.
Width of the causeway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put that. It's grasping vine, but that'll work.
Twists and sprouts, hard spikes and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain for the duration, which is 10 minutes.
Okay.
When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels.
Okay, so basically, okay, so double that if they do the whole thing.
It's every 5 feet, so it'd be 4 times that.
Okay. All right.
The ground is camouflaged to look natural, so they can't see the spikes.
Okay.
Any creature that can't see the area at the time needs to make a wisdom saving throw to recognize it.
Before it gets there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so as soon as that one wolf starts to chase off past through the causeway, then the other 4 regular wolves join it, and they basically cover a 60-foot range.
Okay.
Sheesh. And they're 240 feet.
They're fast
From you. Okay.
Yeah.
Sterling, you're up.
All right.
Do they take their damage at that point then?
They're not even close yet.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to use my second wind.
Yeah.
And heal 14 points.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a stance at the end of the causeway.
Okay, so you leave Dmitri. Okay, go to take a stance.
Yeah.
Okay. You're holding an action?
And yeah, I'm holding an action with my silvered claw on one arm and my shield in the other.
Yeah.
Basically, ready to wreck
with
face.
your sword? Like claw and sword sort of thing?
Yeah, so I'll have my sword in hand.
Yeah.
But ready to, because the claws are retracted,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
so
love it.
The magic sword in hand.
Okay. As soon as the wolves have started across the causeway, the dire wolves bear back, and then they start to move forward, and they lap the wolves by 20 feet.
Wow.
So they are
that's
220 feet away.
hang on. Cool. Yeah, they're 200 feet away. They move 50 per thing, double movement.
Right.
200. Okay, so they're 20 feet ahead or 40 feet, ahead of where they are. Dmitri, you're up.
Okay. Death save. 15.
Okay, that's 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yep.
Okay. Falpher, you're up.
Okay.
Esmeralda, you're on deck.
So I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to go ahead and attack at this distance the first direwolf.
Direwolf at 200?
Yep.
Okay. Roll, attack with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. Oh. That's cocked, yeah. Let's do this. Okay, I should have just left it. Okay, well, how do lucky points work with advantage, disadvantage?
You get a reroll, so you can reroll one of those dice, I assume. Can you just read luck real quick? Because
Sure.
you can apply it to attacks.
Yep.
It's any roll.
Yeah, any d20 roll. Apply it to attacks, you say.
Yeah. So I'm just going to say that you can reroll the second.
Yeah, whenever you make an attack roll or an ability check or a saving throw,
Yeah.
you can spend 1 to roll an additional d20, and you choose which die to use.
Okay, so you can choose which one of those disadvantage rolls you want.
Okay.
And reroll it.
Okay, so I'll re-roll the second one because
Okay.
it was lower. And it's the exact same thing.
Okay. So what's
So
your
that
roll?
sucks. So I'm gonna. So it's an 8.
8. So
Yeah.
at this distance,
Second attack.
just hard.
Okay.
Disadvantage?
With disadvantage. Second
Yeah.
attack with disadvantage. Ah, mother. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll that one.
Okay, with another luck point. Make sure you're
Yeah, I'm keeping track. Dang it, it's worse. Okay.
off
so,
into the lake.
All right, done.
Okay.
That was useless and pointless, and luck points are great.
Ezmerelda, you're up.
I'm still holding my action.
Okay, so you're going to hold your action again to hit that firebolt at what distance again? I'm sorry?
120 feet.
Okay. All right. That first wolf again continues. The wolves are basically moving forward. I'll let you know when they're close. Muskoka.
I just call for Sterling. Hey, buddy! I need some help over here.
You hear him yelling from inside the tower. Okay. That's his action.
We need help out here.
All of them continue to
Okay.
move.
I can't help you out there unless you help me in here.
The dire wolves are now 100 feet away. That's within your range, right, Esmeralda?
Yes, it is.
Okay. You let loose your firebolt.
Switch.
That is a 17 to hit.
That's a hit.
And that is 16 points of damage.
Nice. As you hit one of these dire wolves, it stumbles a little bit, but gets back up and continues to run. They are all still running. The dire wolves are 100 feet. The wolves are 180. Sterling, you're up.
All right. Seeing how quickly they're making it across, but getting the sense that Muskoka needs immediate help and can do nothing about his situation to help himself.
What? You want me to climb down into the pit? Climb up to the floors
And
that can't hold me?
Falpher's not hearing you.
Table talk.
I'm not needed here, I guess. So I'm gonna run up.
Okay, judge your distance.
Come on, Timmy.
So
Where's your
that's
heart?
5, 10, 15, 20,
say that.
25, 30, 35. So my movement would end here. You're welcome.
So you can do a dash and get inside.
I
if
could
you
do a
want.
dash, but then when I get inside, there's nothing I can do. Okay, I'll dash.
Okay, so you're inside
Do I, well, not falling through the floor inside, but
Yeah.
looking up.
at the edge. At the edge, you open it up. You see that he is standing currently on the edge of the platform. There's a 10-foot gap.
Hole.
You can talk to him. You can answer,
What
but
the
in 6
fuck you do?
seconds.
You're like,
Walk around the edge!
can I walk around? No, I gotta fall in. I gotta fall. The whole floor's fine. Just throw me a rope. Oh my gosh.
That's it. Dire will. Dmitri, you're up.
Okay.
I don't know what's happened to
This
Sterling.
could do it. 10.
10 is enough.
Yeah.
He's
10 and up, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
10 and up. So you are now stable, but you are still lying on the ground. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Unconscious Dmitri.
Yes, that makes
Can I
it.
show him?
That
Can I
does.
show
That
him the
makes it
camera?
better.
Sure,
I'll
of
show him
course
Yeah.
you can.
Like
It's
this. Oh, okay.
I like
Where's
I like how it doesn't
Hey,
add
look at
insult to injury.
You good?
We may have a new camera coming, folks, for this very
It's,
purpose soon.
Come on,
Yeah,
overhead.
it's there.
There it
No,
is.
it's there.
Oh, there he is.
It
Okay,
just,
I'm going back there.
I mean, it doesn't hurt my heart too much to see, but
Okay, Esmeralda, you're up.
Sterling's grumpy today.
How
Oh no,
far
sorry, Falpher, you're up. I'm sorry, hang on. Falpher,
okay.
you're up.
Okay, so
All good.
where are they now?
The
They're
dire wolves are
100
100
feet
feet. The wolves are 180.
I'll just hold my action until they get to 100 feet. To within 80 feet, sorry.
You hold your action until they get to it. Okay.
Within 80 feet.
Okay.
So I don't have to stay.
So you're gonna hold an attack.
An attack, yeah.
Okay. Esmeralda, you're up.
So the dire wolves are within 100 feet?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to attack one of them with lightning bolt.
Okay. Which one? The one that's already hurt?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so they need to make a dex
Oh, right. Sorry. What's the DC?
14.
That is not enough.
Come on, D&D Beyond. Calculate my 25 points of lightning damage.
Barbecue?
As this direwolf gets racked with electrical pain, it starts to singe and burst and goes as it explodes outwards with lightning, and its corpse just tumbles out in front of it. It is dead.
nice.
Okay.
I love the smell of charred direwolf.
The wolves continue to come in. The one wolf at the head of the pack is now within 120 feet. Muskoka, you're up.
Oh, I can't do anything. Right? Because he's got. Throw me the rope! Can you throw me a rope?
You can hold an action until he throws a rope to use the rope.
When he throws me a rope,
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump the 7.5 feet that I can jump.
Yeah.
And he's gonna hopefully pull me across the last
Okay.
2.5.
All right.
Please.
Okay.
Just don't let me die. Out of spite from nowhere because it didn't.
Okay. The rest of the wolves
You
move
know, if
another.
Dmitri wasn't already down.
Stick him in
The rest of the
basement
wolves are
somewhere.
now 120 feet. You're waiting till they get within 80.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Sterling, you're up.
All right.
What you gonna do, big guy?
I'm gonna throw you a rope.
Okay.
Catch the rope.
Not yet.
Oh.
Strength athletics check. All right. I'm gonna give you this.
Nat 20.
The natural 20.
I
He
am
throws
so
the rope
annoyed with you.
right
Lasso
to you. Right to you. And I'm gonna say with that nat 20, I'm gonna allow you to also pull him in this same turn.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I would like you to give me a dexterity save to see if you can catch it. Actually, you know what? With the nat 20, it was perfect. It's good. You catch it, no problem. You're gonna pull with a strength athletics check, please.
Fair rule.
Oh, okay.
You do your standing jump.
Yeah.
You're mid-air right now.
16.
He pulls you off, and you basically
Out the door, down the
stumble
ramp.
him, and you stumble into the vestibule. You're now both in there. You
Oh,
still have
thank
movement
you.
left,
And I hug
Okay.
him.
and you are on the ground.
I hug him
currently.
on the ground.
All right. So I'll use my movement to
Yeah.
leave.
I'm the
That's
big
what,
spoon.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah.
I'm now here.
At the foot of the.
And the wolves are what? Like,
They're
What was it, 120 feet?
away.
that's fun. Okay. I have
Bless
a
you.
bonus action, right? So I'll go Big Sterling.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, where's Esmo?
Or the wall, as we like to call him, the wall.
Oh yeah, Ezmerelda. Sorry, Ezmerelda was here.
Yeah, but you need to get Ezzy.
She's right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Big Sterling is now on the field. Can we get a shot of that? Turn it around because you're in there, but it's not.
And while I do that, I roar really loudly so that the
Roar.
wolves know that I'm
I didn't
scary.
say you're not doing anything.
Okay, I
I'm just
know.
saying it's not doing
But
anything.
also,
All right.
Also,
But also you're not doing anything. Did I say the dire wolves already moved? I did.
well, one of them died, right? The dire wolf, just so you're keeping count.
Dire wolves.
dying wolf.
Dying wolf.
Okay.
We can hope.
The dire wolves move another. So they're within 50 feet now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to allow you to use your held
Thank you,
action to.
sir. If I held for 2 rounds, is that 2 held actions?
No. Nice try. It cancels.
Figured. Okay.
Can you put
Double
this
held
dire
action.
wolf 50 feet out from there? You're going to have to move this. Here. Do that.
Give me this.
Yes, please.
Okay. Oh, yeah. And then this guy's going to be kind of 10,
50
20,
feet.
30.
8.
Is that showing what's going on here?
Oh, this is,
Yes, it is.
50 feet from here, or
10, 15, 20,
So that's
25, 30. This is like 30 feet, right? 35, 40, 45, 50. Oh!
Yeah, so that wolf is on its way. Where does it have to do its wisdom saving throw?
Well, if it was checking for the difficult terrain.
No, if it wasn't there, yeah, if it wasn't there, it has to make a wisdom saving throw when it reaches it to see if it. Check that and let me know. Okay?
Yeah. The way that I read that is if it's checking to see, because it's invisible. It's totally invisible.
Right.
So it'd only be if it's like looking to see, hey, is this
Yeah.
is this something going on here?
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure that this has the
Right.
werewolf
Okay.
fall.
14 on the first roll.
Werewolf fall.
That's not enough.
Okay. Okay.
Oh wait. It is enough. Meets
Okay.
it, beats it.
Okay. Good. And then 15 on the second roll.
Both of them hit.
Nice. Okay.
Heartbreaking.
Oh,
Uh,
it's not a seal.
Not
like
a
the water.
seal.
It's a seal.
It's a dire seal.
Oh, dire seal. So that'll be +3. So that's 5. That's 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage as 2 of these arrows into your.
Dire wolf.
Okay. All right.
And
Dmitri, you are up.
sorry, just to complete
Yeah.
my
No, you're not.
I'm looking around the room to
Yeah.
see if there's any like potions or things I might be able to throw.
No, nothing you can see.
Okay.
What you found so far is
I
what
am
you
done.
have. Okay. Dmitri, you don't have a turn.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't your turn. That was just your.
That was my held
attack.
action.
Yeah, yeah.
So I did all my saves. So
Yeah.
am I just unconscious?
You're just
now?
unconscious. Yeah.
if I had a potion, I would have given it to you.
Falpher, you're up.
Okay.
Esmeralda, you're on deck.
What are you rolling for?
Because I'm up.
Oh.
Because I had a held action. So that's a 15
To hit.
for the first one.
Yep.
And then a 16 for the next one.
That's a hit. Very nice. Two more
Okay,
hits.
So.
Okay,
So that's a 9.
That's a 6.
And that's a
a 6.
No, I know that. But 6 plus 3 is 9.
Sorry, you just pointed at the 6. That's a 9.
On a d6, I'm
Look, it's a
pointing at the
P.
9. Okay, so that's a 9, and that is a 7, so that's 16 points of damage. To the direwolf again, please.
I have Sirenscape sounds for this.
What?
There.
It was good.
It was good.
like,
It was good. As two more, one in the direwolf's kind of neck area, one in its haunches, and you could tell like it's racked by pain, but it's still coming.
Oh. I have
Ezmerelda, you're up.
arrows.
So there's one more dire wolf that is still.
Yeah, so that direwolf is about 50 feet from you or so.
All right, I'm going to cast another lightning bolt at it.
Okay. And it's quite bloodied now. There's blood pouring from all of the wounds that Falpher has caused it.
So that's another.
Make sure you take your arrows off.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Perfect. So that's another what? Dexterity?
Yeah.
That's not enough.
Aha! D&D Beyond, calculating damage. Holding. Why is it breathing? Please stand by.
Please stand by.
39 points
What?
Wow!
of lightning bolt damage.
Holy.
This direwolf is
in
racked
its
with pain.
Stupid furry face.
And you can tell that it just goes limp under the pain of this lightning bolt that racks it, and it slides to a halt just at the edge, basically, of where your vines were.
Hey.
Is it?
He is
Oh, so
dead.
is its carcass close by?
Not close enough.
Ah,
It's about
darn
40
it.
feet. Okay. That other wolf is now another.
There's 3 wolves left, right? Yeah. Wait, no.
That other wolf is about 60 feet now
Both
from
dire
you.
wolves.
Are
Regular wolf or dire wolf?
Regular wolf is now 60 feet.
Because both dire wolves are down.
There. Huh?
Both dire wolves are down, and there's 5 of the little ones left.
Do you have
Or
regular
3 of the
wolf?
little ones left.
There's 5 little ones.
Yeah.
And no more dire wolves.
Okay.
Okay.
You got any-
But there were more on the other end
It's
of the
okay. I
causeway.
have wolves, but I have to find
I
them.
don't think so. That's all he's described so far.
okay.
Oh,
Don't worry
okay.
about it.
I thought there were like
Here, you
more
just use this for
waiting
wolf.
in the wings.
Okay.
Woof woof.
Okay. Muskoka, you're up.
Oh yeah, eh? Okay, so I come to the door, and I guess I can see that Esmeralda's here, and she's all ripped to ribbons. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Can I get to her? 25 feet from the door?
You have to go. We'll count like an inch each. So.
Wow, that's that over here. The hypotenuse and all that. 5, 10, 15. Can I? 20? 25?
No, 25 would be right there.
Is that close
Yeah.
enough to
Sure.
touch her?
Sure. I'll allow it.
Okay, so as I'm running,
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out a Kyotin's ointment jar from my pouch. As
Yep.
I'm running, I'll scoop it out of the jar and just throw the jar in. And then, like, all over her shoulders.
Okay. And as you feel this gook just on the back, but you start to feel yourself start to heal, right?
Oh, heck yeah.
How much does she heal?
2d8 plus 2.
Wow, that's a hefty heal.
That was for me.
As Dimitri's unconscious on the
Nine.
ground.
I don't know where Dimitri is.
Yeah,
I
you're
just
right.
see her.
Yeah, you're
bloody.
right. You're right. Yeah.
That was to me.
Yeah, 9.
So I feel that, and I'm like, oh, please don't touch me. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
feeling better, I'm like, okay, I don't know what you did,
It's goopy.
but I'm still mad at you. Away from me.
Why didn't you do
But I'm
anything?
still mad at you.
I'm just trying to help.
If it wasn't Dimitri, it would have been one of the others.
Hey, where'd the card go?
Probably me.
He says, "Where'd the cart go?"
There's a crater in the ground.
That's really
It
good.
was the crater from the map.
A wagon wheel stuck in the
We won't
concrete.
have words.
The rest of the wolves are at that same level, so they keep kind of moving in a direction. Sterling, you are up.
Pack tactics.
I'm sorry, Muskoka, how many points was that?
9.
9 points. Thank you, but also I hate you.
Okay. I like wipe off like the goop between my fingers. Like, oh.
Sterling,
Gross.
Yeah. So I'm gonna walk over here. I'm gonna provide some cover for Ezmerelda.
okay, so big Sterling kind of lumbers over and in front of you.
over
and
her.
And as I pass Ezmerelda, I'll say, "Is this it, or is there more?"
Esmeralda, this is the amount that you thought were chasing you. You think this is it?
I don't think there's any more than these.
Okay.
All right. So I'm holding an attack.
Okay, so that when one comes within distance,
Yeah.
then you won't. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, everything's been
Okay.
happening.
Dmitri doesn't have a turn. Falpher, you're up. Esmeralda, you're on deck.
I will do that again. So 2 attacks. Oh, that's not gonna work. That's a 2. I'm gonna luck point that one.
That's your last luck point.
That's my last luck point. Oh yeah, natural 20.
Nice.
Double damage on that first one.
Yeah.
Good use of a luck point.
I know, right? And then plus 8. What's that? 12?
12.
I don't know.
12 for the second one.
Okay.
It hits?
No.
Okay. Oh wait. Different
Maybe.
wolves. So I just figured that maybe they'd be. different.
Yeah. Yeah. 12 meets
Yes!
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Two hits.
Two hits.
And
first
you're,
one
you're
is double
attacking
damage.
the lead wolf?
Yeah, the lead wolf.
Okay.
Okay, so that would mean 2d6. First one is double. Oh, damn it. That's my second one. So that's 6. Does the bonus get doubled as well?
No, so it's not double. So it's full damage on the first one,
6
and then you roll the second
plus
one.
3. So
9 plus your
plus
bonus.
My bonus is 3, so that's 12.
Okay, 12 points.
Yeah, for
So
the
far.
first attack.
Okay.
And then 4 for the next one, so that's
7?
7.
Okay.
No. Sorry, 4 total for the second one, because it was a 1.
Okay.
So.
All right. And as you hit this wolf, and it keeps coming.
What?
As these
wolves.
two hit.
I'm not happy.
Esmeralda, you're up.
How far is the nearest wolf?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50 feet from
Okay.
you.
I'll cast a firebolt at it.
Okay.
That is 22 to hit.
That's a hit.
Sorry, 24 to hit.
Yep.
And
you're attacking the lead wolf still?
Yes, whichever one's closest.
Okay.
And that's 16 fire damage.
16 fire damage. Man. And you hit it square kind of in the chest as it and you can see it's basically burnt off like a massive area of fur off of its shoulder, and it keeps coming.
Oh.
And it's basically on fire now and smoking as it's bearing on you.
We went from dire wolf to fire wolf.
Oh.
That's why I'm here.
Muskoka, you're up.
Okay.
You're wearing Muskoka's shirt tonight. That's nice.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if we could
There's
trade
an
them.
aura of plaid.
See?
Boy. Okay, I'm going to look around, and I presume I can see the meat balls
Yeah,
over there.
yeah. You look around, you can see him.
See the meatball.
You see him
I love
behind
He's
that.
just at 0 right now. He's just like
Yeah, he's
at
unconscious.
0.
Well, you don't know. Yeah, but he's unconscious on the ground.
Okay.
Still smoking.
Oh shoot! Why are you smoking? Smoking will kill you.
Yeah, it's bad for you.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
definitely
brother.
there.
What's up?
Okay.
And I would like to
Finish me off.
I was rolled the whole time.
Oh god. What? Okay, all you monkeys. He's okay, right? He's just okay.
No. He's
well, he's-
almost dead now.
Well, you don't
Yeah,
know
but
that.
we-
You don't know anything. You just see that he's unconscious
Okay.
and smoking.
Is he alive?
Give me a medicine check. But that will be your action.
I
Give me a
know.
That's
medicine
fine.
check will be your
That's
action.
fine. I'll check
Okay.
him out. That's 7 plus 7. 14.
Okay, with a 14, you can see that he has a pulse and he is unconscious.
Okay. That was a great turn then.
And as you're checking him,
Yeah.
in the flaming debris that's around, you find
Oh!
a half-burnt piece of parchment on the ground beside his body. This is from the Beetle and Grimm thing. You don't have time to read it right now, but we can put it kind of on the end of the table there, and we'll show it next week.
I'll use my next
As
turn
you
to read it.
okay?
Probably the deed to this tower.
All right. Yeah. As
It's the deed to the Vardo.
Hey, no, that's mine. You destroyed.
as the wolves
Don't think I forgot.
as the wolves close in distance,
Yeah.
and they're just before the bramble of vines that are there, the lead wolf begins to transform. You hear cracking and snapping as this wolf on all fours begins to run on 2 legs.
That's why he's not dying.
It starts to grow into a humanoid form that you recognize as, and what you've heard of as, a werewolf. The rest of the 4 begin to transform as they do, moving between running on all 4s and running at full blast on 2 feet, and that is where we're going to end the session for this evening. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for episode 10 of Into the Mist. It has been wonderful. What a great session that was. It felt like like a really
process a lot of
Yeah.
things.
a really
I gotta
cool
process
A lot of
lot
things happen.
action-packed
Yes.
session.
Esmeralda has words for us.
Happy to have a birthday every session if you guys want.
If you only knew what was inside that Vardo.
Oh, Dmitri.
Hey.
I imagine that it was the
I
necklace
hate
of fireballs
all of
that
you.
snapped,
Yeah, something
and
like
all
that.
of the fireball beads just spilled.
No. Just so you guys know, because really it doesn't make a difference that you do, there was one flask of alchemist fire tied to a rope that's tied to the doorknob. So when you open it, it drops that one, and there was 100 alchemist fires basically tethered to the top that also, that basically when the one ignites, they all ignite.
Ezmerelda, you have nothing left.
Yeah,
Why are you bringing that
thanks.
up?
I'm just.
Anyways, thank you everyone for watching.
Well,
I
I'm a little salty. I'm
Our
a
ma-
little salty.
I want to thank our main title sponsors, Dungeons and Dragons, Beetle and Grimm's, and Sirenscape as usual. Definitely check out in the next couple days. Stay tuned so that you can see the VOD of our session from yesterday from D&D Celebration, where we had a bunch of awesome friends, including Noura, join us
Ew.
for Cold Hearted Killer from the Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign that was just released. We will see you tomorrow night for Behind the Screen. That is at 8 p.m. tomorrow night, hosted by myself, and then of course Players Table on Thursday with Joel. I'm sure he'll have lots to look at from this session,
Oh,
as it was
man.
a really, really great session. Thanks, guys. If you liked what you saw, please consider following and subscribing. If you subscribe at any of the tiers on our Twitch, you are entered into the roleplay server, and you get to go on D&D quests for free, run by our Smith Guardians, who are our moderators and our plot team, and myself, actually, because I will be DMing our finale for Tier 3 members, our finale of the quests for the attack on Gakus. If you want to bring up that schedule once again, we've got 9 sessions coming up. Most are DM'd by Julian and or Scoob, which are our Smith Guardians, and then myself for Quest 9 for the Tier 3s as they make their way up Mount Gakus. And again, very interactive, and it will affect our adventure, and our adventure will affect what they're doing as well. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We will see you next Monday. Make sure that you drop in tomorrow night for Behind the Screen with your questions to get some inside scoop on what happened tonight. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, Noura.
Bravo.
Bye.
Thanks for
She
saving
shows
our
up late
butts,
just to
Noura.
be blown up.
Except she saved our butts.
Oh no!
I
What
hate
happened
you
with
guys.
the
What the?
text?
Weird.